Hello and welcome back to Battle of the Best, where we are about to watch the battle for third place. I'm joined once again by the wonderful Lorinda. How are you doing, Neil?
Doing good, man. Doing good halfway through this day, but now we start playing for the money. So these teams need to keep themselves pumped up. $1,500 for the winner of this one between F2K and eSuba. Two of the teams I don't think people necessarily thought would come out of the first round. eSuba, the qualifiers, and F2K, one of the weaker invited teams. I think that's fair to say, because they spent a lot of time streaming.
Yeah, and they had to fight against G2, right? Which is
right.
You can put any team against G2, literally any team, and you can say that G2 are favored because just the reputation that they have nowadays.
Yeah, very much so. And F2K put their own slant on this tournament to some degree, and they're doing well with it. I realise they lost in the last round, but they're doing well. They're working well as a team, and they've all got a lot to say, which I'm sure will please chat when we go into them during this match.
It was really close though in the last round. It's not like they were completely stumped by Team Liquid. It was it was a photo finish, right? 6-5.
Again, yeah, Liquid just getting through those matches. But yeah, I mean, those Jackie's anti-Druid just got out Druided by Innovate. Throughout the history of Hearthstone, people have tried to counter Druid, and although it's possible to some degree now, if the Druid just goes Innovate and stuff, Druid still is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, for those of you back home, we have been listening to the feedback, and there will be more player comms. We know that's what you want to hear. We want to hear it as well, to be fair. We love nothing more than hearing what the players are talking about while they're playing the games. And although they won't be with eSuba once again, because none of us would understand what they're saying, we will be hearing a lot of FADE2KARMA over the next series.
That's awesome. And obviously in the final as well, hear a lot from both teams with any luck. That will be between Liquid and Luminosity after this match.
Yeah, we don't. Do we have the bans in front of us?
We do. eSuba have banned Shaman, Priest, and Rogue. Whilst F2K banned Shaman, Druid, and Warlock. And we are into game one, and it's Scruffy from eSuba on the Hunter straight away, and Senfglas from FADE2KARMA with that Paladin.
All right, let's jump straight into the comms and listen to what FADE2KARMA think about this matchup.
No, I mean Reg.
Okay.
We know what's in their hand.
At least we know, but yeah, that's
the best
really
card against our deck, probably.
Do you ever drop Pyro here?
I would do it.
Yeah. I like it too.
Wait, hold on.
We got
because you want the trade to happen, and then you want a coin.
Yeah.
We're fine with giving up our Pyro. I mean, I guess we've got another one in hand, but we do have Pyro coin.
It contests the board. I just like contesting.
Also, we have the Consecrate to use with the Equality as well.
Yeah.
Or like Pyro.
Alright.
I was having Pyro, yeah. Just.
Pyromancer.
I like to play with fire.
Jesus.
Quadruple fours. It's not greedy. It's fine.
It's actually okay. Like, it's really okay.
I don't disagree.
So we have to kill that Baron Handmaster, right? We're not leaving that alive.
Yeah. So coin, true silver. Into Barnes next turn.
So, you okay with that?
Considering he plays Houndmaster, how fine are we if we coin a Barnes into?
All right, so already there's a little bit of confusion with the players there. Alliestrasza on turn 2 saying, wait, are we sure we're okay giving up that Pyromancer?
Yeah, and she was thinking the deck was fairly greedy. I think she was joking to some extent anyway, but just the fact they drew all these 4 drops is making things messy. But as was pointed out, it's actually not too bad, because you've got your True Silver into Barnes, and Consecration is just your backup spell here. Something interesting here. I think they should stabilise, but this eSuba Hunter list is pretty big, and it might have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 drops are okay for FADE2KARMA here, because they've got Barnes next turn, which looks quite nice as far as the way the board is structured right now. Barnes trades nicely with Tiny Grandmother. Maybe we can get a Murloc from it. Maybe we can test for one of these secrets this turn. Or we can just heal for 4 instead. That seems okay. Yeah,
it's okay. It's obviously not ideal, but it's a decent card at least. But yeah, that's definitely not what they would have wanted there. Oh, well, healing back to full at least. Against Hunter, it's more relevant. Against some classes, that's a good thing. And resets the game, and you've developed that 4 mana, so not a total disaster.
it's something, and it also puts a card on the board that eSuba is going to want to deal with as soon as possible. There's no urgency to it because it can't actually heal anything right now. But Ragnar's Light Lord is a bit of a pain when left around.
He definitely is.
Senfglas picking up his first Murloc. Now, in the game that FADE2KARMA played yesterday, we actually saw that this Murloc Paladin was banned. I think the reason for that is that G2 respected Senfglas with the Murloc Paladin because this is actually his own list. This Murloc Paladin is a list that Senfglas himself popularized.
Right.
Him and Mr. Yogurt are known as the best Murloc Paladin players at the moment. And so G2 actually respected that and banned the Paladin as a result. What I want to say is that if anyone's going to pilot Murloc Paladin well, I believe Senfglas is one of the top people to do this.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that definitely sets F2K apart from most teams is the fact they can pilot their decks incredibly well. Sometimes they don't play decks quite as strong as other players. Like the decks are actually not quite as strong as other players' decks, but they make up for that in their innovativeness. I don't know what word.
Right, and because they build the decks themselves, they know exactly why every single one of those cards is in the decks. Like, there's a reason that Jackie Chan creates Egg Druid, and it does really, really well. It's because every single card is there for a reason. He's not just gone through the collection gone, yeah, some of those. Yeah, we'll throw Keeper of the Grove in. He's actually thought through every possible thing with the current meta at the time.
Yeah, and it's hundreds of games of fine-tuning as well. That,
right.
If you give the brief to any pro and say build as an Egg Druid, they'll come up with 29 or even 30 of the same cards. But when it comes to playing it, they won't quite have that same feel for exactly when to play those cards. There was a turn earlier where Jackie had 5 mana. His hand was precisely Soul of the Forest and Living Roots, and he spent ages not being sure whether he had to go all in here and reveal his hand or whether to wait for another minion. Where if you haven't built that deck yourself, you haven't got a clue what to do in that situation.
But going back to my original point, Senfglas did build this deck himself, and a lot of people have been using it as a result in a lot of other tournaments. Like, people have been bringing Senfglas's list. He knows how to play this, and him and his team are spending a lot of time working out what they want to do with this 6 mana. It's very awkward. Is this worth a consecration or not is the question. Yeah,
next turn's really awkward as well because everything adds up to even numbers with the exception of that Solemn Vigil, which you don't want to spend 5 on. So next turn's going to be a real mess. Going into turn 8, Tyrion, and then turn 9's the leftovers. So this turn was really awkward.
So throwing out the second Wild Pyromancer there, FADE2KARMA, it doesn't matter so much. They've got 2 consecrations in hand. They've got 2 ways of comboing the equality.
We've also got a lot of damage on the side of eSuba here. And no healing left in the hand. Well, apart from the 2 from the True Silver. Oh, and the 8 they just picked up.
Equality Consecration looks pretty good right now. You have to remember there's a cat trick on Scruffy's side of the board. And Equality is going to summon the Cat in the Hat, and Consecration's going to kill it. They will also have the mana to play Solemn Vigil this turn, actually, if they take that line. Wait. No, they won't. They'll be 1 short, unless they trade in the 1/1 first.
Sure, which they probably will.
Yeah,
it's worth
it for the card draw.
It's weird. You invest 2 mana to get 1 mana back later, but you're actually getting 3 mana back because you're getting to spend it. And so that's like a mana gained. Next turn, they will want to play Tyrion. They'll be a little bit wary of stuff like Deadly Shot. Well, precisely Deadly Shot. But other than that, they should be fine. And then turn 9 sorts itself out. You put your healing behind your Tyrion and off you go.
Yeah. Funnily enough, not going with the card draw there. I guess deciding they kind of have what they need for the next few turns anyway. Let's listen to how they react when Ragnaros the Fire Lord is going to come down. It looks like from eSuba next turn.
Yeah. It's got to be Tyrion.
But we can't.
We're just going to get deadly shotted.
Are we ever going to play our own reg?
Well, we have to. Oh, God.
I mean, let's say, considering we play our own reg, at least it's not a 50-50 lether. So
well, we would attack face for it to not give him the 50. Well, if we play Tyrion, we'd have to attack face first to not give him the 50-50, right?
Wait, I mean, he can just hero power and get the 50-50 with reg.
I mean, if if Reg heals our own face and then his Reg heals our Reg, equality is an out.
Yeah. We gotta play Reg over Tyrion.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's no question, right? I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, I know.
We've talked about it. Like,
oh, yeah, we gotta play Light Lord.
and just
Do we
to
hit with
face the
weapon?
weapon.
What's the reason for hitting face?
Well, let's say quick shot. Quick shot would be a 50-50.
Move quickly.
Yeah.
Kill command, quick shot, just distract. Light Lord, hit face.
Yeah, Light Lord, hit face. Because the quick shot's 50-50.
Okay, after a lot of deliberation, Ragnaros Light Lord comes down to counter Ragnaros Fire Lord. But it looks like it's just a temporary fix.
Yeah, how do you want to do this? Just play Call of the Wild and hit people in the face? Seems good to me. Double quick shot plus hero power. You can go for 50-50. If you go quick shot, face, hero power, you get a 50-50, but
Maybe that's better.
Go the other way.
Because that's a very good 50-50. If you miss and don't win the game, you kill the one minion that's on the board. And then what do FADE2KARMA do? Both equalities are gone, right?
Right.
Oh, no. Only one's gone.
The other way is kind of good as well, though, because you end up leaving them on 3 if you go all face. No, leave on 5. No, 3. You end up leaving on 3, which is if you miss. I can't add up.
I think this is better. I think the problem is you're even weaker to the second equality consecration if you play Call of the Wild.
Yeah, you've got to take the chance. I thought they could set up a lethal and get the stuff down, but they couldn't. So, will they win the 50-50? No. Prolonging the agony, but it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Well, the ball is temporarily back in FADE2KARMA's court here. Tyrion can come down, although it's no better than it was last turn. In fact, it's arguably worse. Though it may be their only option. If they want to go wide and try and avoid Ragnaros that way, they can play the Acolyte with Bluegill. And they're not technically dead from Call of the Wild alone just yet, because Call of the Wild costs 9 mana now. If Call of the Wild still cost 8, this would be lethal.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And it's obviously one of the reasons for the nerf to that exact number. But they're going to need to pick up another, or the other equality, I think, to have a chance here, FADE2KARMA.
Reporting for duty.
But yeah, they're going to get a chance to do that potentially with all this stuff going on. They're also going to get a chance just to win the game with damage, with probably 1 or 2 things in their deck.
Well, here's the Call of the Wild. Oh, Dr. Zoom's at it again.
What's he up to now? Just Call of the Meme.
Call of the Memes, I like it.
Okay.
I like to see those emotes in chat.
Call of the Memes in chat. That's just encouraging a riot as far as I'm concerned.
Right, back on FADE2KARMA's side here. Consecration plus trading in the Bluegill does leave eSuba with just Ragnaros again, but Ragnaros sure is doing some work here.
I wonder.
Yeah, that's the
Leon
thing.
as well.
Eventually maths will catch up with FADE2KARMA, and the Ragnaros will hit in the face as well. You can't keep dodging them. It's like those accumulators people do where you bet like 17 different favourites. They're always complaining that one went wrong. Eventually, Ragnaros will hit you in the face.
Yeah, well, and also, I mean, these 8 damage fireballs that Ragnaros is shooting out, even though they're not hitting the face, they're adding up. That's a lot of value that this card has generated, you know, alongside the insane tempo you get when you play it. This Ragnaros Firelord seems like it single-handedly won this game, actually, because it came down before FADE2KARMA had their chance to play their big 8-drop.
Anything can happen. We've only seen 1 Bluegill so far, I believe.
Nice heal, though.
Okay, I think you have to play the Elec here and see if you can get something to win you the game.
I was about to say, I wonder if you camel first, because that could happen.
Yeah, but you may have wanted to get another 8-drop or something. I can't think what it would be, or even a high main and hero power. So it's probably a calculated risk, but you're right that the other way would have raised their chance of drawing that card.
And that's oh wow, they came in the wrong order from the jousts.
And this is pretty awkward looking now. I mean, they could just lose the game here.
They genuinely could, because Tyrion comes down next turn, blocks a lot of damage. Ragnaros no longer represents lethal. FADE2KARMA are looking really excited. Let's see what they're saying, as this is looking like it might be turning into their favor.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we just let's say we just Tyrion. What can go wrong?
Right?
Tyrion hero power.
And hero power.
Wait,
and
do we hit face or do we trade? If we hit face, we set up.
If we hit face,
get
we
the
actually set up
weapon.
lethal. Because we have the 5 attack weapon and
But we have the
4
weapon
damage.
anyways
Anything
with
4
Tyrion.
damage.
We just, I think we Tyrion and we hero power and we.
Face.
By face, is face any good?
Face sets up lethal. So if they get a dead minion, like a high main or something, we just win. And because they're going to have to put Fiery Bat and 2 3 attack minions.
But I mean, don't we have lethal set up anyways?
No.
If they're gonna kill Tyrion. Let's say they kill
no,
Tyrion.
they're
have 5
going to kill
plus.
Tyrion no matter what, right?
Do they kill Tyrion?
Yeah.
I mean, if it, like I'm thinking, if we go face,
Yeah,
Tyrion hero power. Tyrion hero
face.
power.
4/4
No,
does.
isn't it correct to just kill the 3 attack, the 3/2, kill the 3/2?
Why? Then we
Then he
don't
can't kill Tyrion.
We want them to kill Tyrion because we kill him next
Go
turn.
face. Go face.
Go
I think
okay, go face. I don't know.
If this doesn't pay off, then I'll
Like,
take
I'm
full
thinking-
responsibility.
They have a 1 in 3 now. If the fiery bat hits face with its chakra, or if
It's
it
a
hits
1 in
Tyrion
4.
or face.
But this
it's
sets
a
up
1 in
like we
3.
have the 5 attack plus the 4 damage. Like unless I guess they could roll Misha or something.
If this one hits Tyrion.
But if we there's no way we could kill him next turn, and so they're gonna have another turn to find an out.
But do we have to kill him next turn in case we don't die now?
I think we do.
Okay, that's a good hit. Because if it had Tyrion or face,
Yeah. Now they need damage in hand.
8,
So
9,
actually-
10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're right. If the fire bat had face with the hero power, it would be.
Is it a 50-50? No!
No.
We are hearing that they don't completely agree on the line that's going here, but Senfglas decided to sit back. Jackie said, I'll take full responsibility if this goes wrong. And it looks like it didn't go wrong.
I was trying to work out there about the fiery bat attack. It worked out okay anyway, but I think they should have put the camel in first. And sacrifice next minion. I'm not sure. I think they could have set up a better chance of hitting the 1 and the 8 to face, but maybe the math didn't work out well for the eSuba there. And FADE2KARMA taken a very, very unlikely win there. One of the great things from Senfglas there is he was willing to just sit there and go, okay, I think you're wrong, but I know you're smart, so I'm going to go with what you say. So that actually takes a skill in its own right to do that.
Right.
And fair play to him for putting that out.
He was sort of outvoted at that point as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
Jackie made his case. Ali said, yeah, I agree, that sets up lethal next turn. And Senfglas's argument was, yes, but then we give him a potential 1 in 3 with lethal. But I think what he was saying is it gives him a 1 in 3 to then get a 1 in 3 at lethal. So Jackie made his argument. He said, okay, look, okay, sure. Jackie said, I take responsibility. And they pulled it off. So congratulations, FADE2KARMA on that one.
Yeah, I suspect there are quite a lot of outs for eSuba. eSuba definitely got a right to feel hard done by that. They missed a 1 in 2 and a 1 in 3.
Yeah.
They also hit the wrong thing when they wanted to kill the minion. But fair play to FADE2KARMA. They found the way to win it with what they had and with what was going on. They have to play to their outs. They did that. Pick up the win and a 1-0 lead early in this. Well, obviously it's early. It's the first game in this third place playoff.
Yeah, it's not often that you see 2 Bluegill warriors from an Anything Can Happen that was generated by an Ivory Knight win a game. You're right. FADE2KARMA managed to get all of the correct outs they needed, because think about it, like if not for that Anything Can Happen from the Ivory Knight, they would not have even healed out of lethal range. So a lot of things went right for them there. And despite eSuba getting the amazing early Ragnaros, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they'll be feeling bad until they realise, okay, that's our Hunter. So whatever. Hunter wins, a bonus wins, really.
Right.
Expect them to lose. So, I mean, they thought they had a bonus win, so they'll be upset, but it is still just your Hunter that's gone. You've not had a tournament-defining game just yet.
Right. If it was Shaman, maybe you'd feel differently.
Right. Yeah, you'd be pretty upset. And again,
If you
these
ever got
guys
to
have
play
come a
Shaman.
long way to get into this tournament. They went through a 48-team playoff to get in here last week off stream. And now they got through the first round here. And it'd be a shame for them to go home with nothing. And I've got nothing against FADE2KARMA. If they go home with the money, good luck to them as well. But I'm kind of half rooting for the underdogs here, just because They came through so much to get here. But again, FADE2KARMA, you've got to beat these good teams if you want to start getting the invites yourself. So eSuba need to beat them if they want to start making a name for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue standing by FADE2KARMA as I have been before. They were the underdog coming into this series, having to face off against G2. They've lost their chance to win the tournament, but they really are going to fight for third place. And here they go against Pirate Warrior.
And rightly, FADE2KARMA are a popular team. They bring their own stuff. They don't let anyone else dictate to them how to play the game, and they still, do incredibly well. All three of them are players who are not scared to do weird stuff. Senfglas there laughs at the patches in hand, and Faeli just cursing his luck.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised whenever this happens that we don't see a little bit of emote spam from from FADE2KARMA in this case.
Yeah, FADE2KARMA, of course, have also got a slight advantage in that they've had a bit of a rest. No, they haven't. Sorry, eSuba had a bit of a rest. Who had the rest?
No, FADE2KARMA had the rest.
Yeah, FADE2KARMA had a bit of a rest. Right, first time. My notes are all over the place today. And, that is a big advantage in a tournament like this to, you get 3-hour matches. And so if you have had the chance to put your feet up for an hour or two, especially it's getting late over there in Eastern Europe now as well, it could be a factor later on for eSuba.
Yeah. Also worth noting, Neil, you've had a bit of a rest and I haven't. So if we miss lethal, you have to take the rap for that one.
I take the rap anyway. It's usually me that misses it by talking about something completely irrelevant. Like this frothing berserker that's going to come down.
I don't think that's irrelevant. I think that's pretty relevant right now.
Yeah, it seems pretty relevant. Whether he just gets killed with... Well, he doesn't get killed easily unless there's a 2 silver, which there is not, or an equality and a murloc, which currently there's only half of.
Yes, so FADE2KARMA are going to need to pick up an answer for this frothing berserker right now. That is not an answer for this frothing berserker. So what's the play? Does it have to be Wicker Flame?
Yeah, I think Wicker Flame comes down. You think that might hold the fort, but the patches plus the upgrade will just get through him.
It will, and that frothing berserker will just continue to push stupid amounts of damage into the face.
Yeah, and then the next turn gets really difficult, and then if you're still alive, you've got Equality Consecration, but the pain will be still coming then. Finley will make sure that something good happens for the Pirate Warrior, whether it's tapping, whether it's damage, something nice will happen.
So, ideally, Senfglas needed the equality right now, or needs it next to, like, the sooner not equality, the pyromancer. The sooner he gets the pyromancer, the better. He's actually going to go ahead and play equality now, so that he can consecration next turn.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's the earliest way that he can clear the board.
Yeah, you can play Wicker Twaddle next turn, or whatever it's called.
I like it. I'm going to start calling it that.
And yeah, that's going to block up the board next turn. But obviously, eSuba know exactly what's coming here, so they're not going to overcommit into this.
All right, well, FADE2KARMA are going to play their consecration, but they still have Finley on the board to deal with. But then again, 1 damage you're not so afraid of. What they want now is to heal. And Wicker Twiddle, was that it? Wicker Twiddle is going to do a good job at doing that, as are the Ivory Knights. So actually, although it looked like a really good start for the Pirate Warrior, I think FADE2KARMA still have a chance, although it is a slim one. Senfglas does not look happy.
Yeah, I mean, they can clear this board up. They're going to eat... How much damage they're going to eat next turn? I mean, caster math says a lot. So Heroic Strike plus patches plus a tap next turn is a lot of damage. And the Knights aren't great healing in this situation because there's too much stuff coming around the edges and hitting you in the face.
Yeah, so it looks like it's 7-8 damage including the patches. Yeah, I mean, he'll play Faeli will play the Cultist rather than the Heroic Strike here, but that just means more damage over time.
Yeah, and then next turn you've got 6 damage in hand, plus this board to deal with. But if you go for the Ivory Knight, you need a huge hit. You need another anything, something like that. You go for equality into the Murloc, you know you're probably dead.
If they had 1 more mana and they could play equality, Murloc, and Wicker Flame, it would be such a strong turn. Let's listen to what FADE2KARMA are talking about while they make this difficult decision.
we never really get to play the Ivory Knights. So I just YOLO the Ivory Knight.
I think we need to
Hope there's no
YOLO.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times there's heroics. Yeah, I would just we still YOLO it, right?
Yeah. Pray for.
Something big. That's big.
That's big. We'll take it. Once again.
Every time.
I'm disgusted with our.
Best Murloc Paladin players EU.
This
People give this decks credit for taking some decision making. It's the biggest high roll deck there is.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have just said Doomsayer.
This tap power is freaking me out, though.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of them.
Replenishing his
We're gonna need
hand.
another anything from our second library line.
Yeah, I think so.
We're gonna need to heal for like 30 this game to win.
Yeah, I think so.
No, we just need to get the Ragnaros the Light Lord and we win.
Do we have a forbidden
Wicker
healing?
Flame. If we get a bot somehow here, the Wicker Flame's just gonna win, right? Isn't it?
Maybe. I mean, what do you think we're gonna Ivory Knight this turn as well?
I would.
I think so.
Oh,
You're gonna trade.
I mean, why not? If we Ivory, I mean, we just get another anything.
But we can get a 2-mana Vigil if we go Burn Bristle Bluegill Vigil. Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
wow.
All right, oh my god. So let's consider Ivory Knight here. How do we die if we play Ivory Knight? Let's say we heal for 5. He's not. If we heal for 4 only, well, if we heal for 4,
we die to Leroy Heroics.
Exactly. That's what I'm
We need to play
thinking.
around
So we should we are probably in a position where we play around it. The question is just how do we play around it? Do we equality Bluegill and Solemn, or do we save the equality?
Wait, if we Wicker Flame, do we survive? Do you think we should just forbidden healing here?
I mean, we survive with Wicker Flame. The Wicker Flame's at least going to heal us for 4, but also has
The healing for 14's like kind of good though. I don't know. I feel
I would Wicker Flame Bluegill and Hero Power.
If we go heal forbidden healing, we can do Ivory Knight.
Move quickly.
Okay.
But next time we can Ivory Knight equality. I would just Wicker Flame Bluegill.
Air power.
Yeah.
Okay, quick.
Sure.
Do something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like we can't die here.
Bluegill did 1/1. And
I mean, I've never played that card Wicker Flame before, but I'm pretty sure it's good.
You've never played it before?
I don't have it.
Yeah, it's really good, but it's not really that good when they have one more.
But like if we're here for 4 here, he needs to go through this with his board, which is still an efficient way damage-wise how to go through it, and then we're on 15. Right? How do we die?
I mean, we don't die this turn, but it's like we're giving them.
How do we die here? Well, I think Faeli's got a good idea how that might occur, looking at his hand.
Yeah, is it lethal this turn? It's not quite, is it?
No, there's too much healing from the Wicker Flame.
Senfglas was absolutely right. Wicker Flame does just about save them. What I find really interesting listening to them play this deck is that it's quite clear to me that Senfglas and Jackie have some very different ideas of what to do. Obviously, this isn't Senfglas's exact list, as he's just told us that he doesn't even own Wicker Flame, so they've made a few changes, trying to beat a meta, I guess, where they can ban 3 classes. And now they have to try and survive one more turn. Luckily for them, they do still have Forbidden Healing. Heal for 16.
Heal for 16. How much are they taking on the backswing, though? They're taking 8 plus 10. They're taking 18. They'll be down to 6 again, except that's not how the play will go. And I think we'll see Faeli probably tap to to build up damage. Assuming they do heal for the full amount. If not, accidents could occur.
Judging by... Oh, heal for 12. Right, okay. So it's 3 off, right?
Yeah, it's tap time. Keep the pain coming. There's some more pain. Very nice next turn.
To be fair, judging by how this game and how FADE2KARMA have been playing so far, they're probably going to get another anything can happen from Ivory Knight and heal for another 10 next turn.
Yeah, that'd be the 3rd turn. That'd be pretty impressive. Definitely playing it correctly with that regard.
To be fair, even something like a Lay on Hands sort of does the trick. Does it do the trick? I don't know.
This is really awkward. What do you even do here? Lay on hands. I don't know. It buys you a bit of time, but this damage is mounting up. I think with the tap, there's 2 more Corkin Elites still to come.
Right.
I think there's a decent chance that it just goes wrong.
Okay. Oh, this is tricky. He can draw both Solemn Vigils, but then he doesn't have any mana to save himself, so that's not the play. I think it's got to be Ivory Knight. I think it's the only out.
Let me think.
Yeah, do they know? Do they know there's a Leroy? They faced a lot of damage the last few turns. They probably feel that there isn't a Leroy, I would think.
I expect that they think there's at least another Arcanite Reaper. Like, I'm sure they expect at least 5 more damage to come from Faeli. This isn't enough to save them, though, is it? 11? No, it is. Just.
Yeah, just. But more stuff coming off the top in a moment.
Yeah. With the ability to draw 2 more cards each turn, this has got to catch up to FADE2KARMA eventually. That's not a card that's going to allow them to do it, though. That would be if they had the mana.
Yeah. And more damage into the face this turn. And can they hang in there? Is there anything I can do again?
So there's the ability to play a quality Pyromancer and then draw some cards.
Yep.
But what actually saves them then? They're going to have
second Forbidden Healing, maybe?
They'd have 5 mana remaining, so Forbidden Healing would heal for 10.
Yep.
If they run a second. I don't think a second one is common at the moment.
Yeah, they may run a lay instead, which wouldn't save them because they wouldn't be able to play it. See what they go with. They're going to go with that play, I think. Makes a lot of sense. They might have worked out it's Leroy now as well. It's sat in the hand 2 turns running.
Right.
So they might not know it's Leroy, they know it's direct damage of some sort, I think, now.
Finger's not
useful.
No, nor is Murloc War Leader.
It's going to go to 1 game each. Almost certainly.
Even Hammer into Forbidden Healing only puts Senfglas back at 7, so Faeli correctly counter-cued with his Face Warrior. And now, in this tournament, we've actually seen Face Warrior winning a lot of games. I think Face Warrior's probably been the best performing deck along with Reno Lock, actually.
Yeah, and it's no surprise. Like, a lot of people haven't managed to get it banned, or it's like the best class that can't be banned, given that the lineups, you usually got to choose just one of Warrior, Rogue, and Shaman in a lot of these teams.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's going to be the strongest deck in the tournament to some degree. And because of that, you're going to weight your lineup towards dealing with control, because it's probably the only face deck most of the time, which means that the Pirates will get out of control pretty easily. And Faeli manages to find a smile. After the patches in his opening hand, definitely feels bad, man.
What I will say for FADE2KARMA now is that eSuba have actually played queued Warrior very, very early. We saw Mr. Yalkut do it way back in game 1 yesterday, and it worked really well. He got a nice streak. But the fact that FADE2KARMA is able to queue any deck they like into this Warrior now means they can have the best possible chance at countering it and reduce the chance that this Warrior streaking. And given the Warrior is one of these decks that can streak, that could end really well for FADE2KARMA.
Yeah, so a little bit of pick order going on here, which matters in Last Hero Standing a lot more, obviously, than in Conquest. Depending on their mage build, they'll probably just fire out the mage here, but it depends exactly what's in that deck and whether they've got the potions, etc. in there. But I think it's likely they bring out the mage here.
Now we've just been told what deck is coming out next. And it's actually not a deck that you'd expect to counter Warrior. It's going to be FADE2KARMA's Druid.
Of course, yeah, that makes sense.
What are we calling it? Flood? Token?
Yeah, I think I like Flood, because Token implies you're going to play Teacher. We haven't seen a sign of a Teacher in that deck.
We have not.
So I would go with Flood or Egg, whichever of those two you prefer.
Yeah, I think Flood is fine. Although, because it's a Jackie deck, maybe we want to call it Egg. But no, I like Flood a lot too. I guess it's just hoping to be fast enough to stop the Warrior from winning too quickly. It's a risky choice.
I mean, you could probably get under the Warrior. You can probably actually put more stuff on the board quickly than they can in some setups. You can also kill their weapon if you've got your Corsair. You might just get the Corsair into patches drawn, just straight up kill them. Or you might just get patches in the face and lose.
Alliestrasza told us yesterday that the point of this druid deck is to counter other people's druids.
Right.
That didn't work so well in the series that you and Noxious casted earlier today. They queued their druid into a Jade druid and actually lost. So they're mixing up the plan a bit here, trying to get a pretty mediocre class to take out one of the best classes.
Yeah, they chose to ban eSuba's druid, so that means that this deck now has like no purpose in life.
A different purpose. We'll call it a different purpose.
Okay, a different purpose in life, and they've reassigned it to take down this, and they have drawn the Corsair and a whole hand of really. I don't want to call this good stuff, but it's the right stuff for the job.
Right. Yeah, I mean, imagine a Mark of the Lotus pick up next turn. Like, suddenly there's 3 minions on the board getting buffed, patches with 2 attack going in, and a dragon egg that can attack. There is definitely an opportunity for this to go very, very right for FADE2KARMA, and it's awkward for eSuba to clear this, although it looks like he is going to hit that egg with his War Eggs.
Yeah, and making sure to get a charge out of it. He knows there's Corsairs in this deck. They do their homework, and there is a 4th member of this team, so they're just getting on with that, making sure that happens before this happens. Maybe we should have a listen to FADE2KARMA and see how they sort of feel about this rather amazing start.
Usually you want to put your... Oh, well, that's fine.
No, I mean, if you have like Direwolf or Flame, big stuff on the edge, but because we don't play any of that, I just
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Argus.
Yeah.
Like, you want to put like good Argus targets next to each other. Wow, Lance Carrier on the square.
Yes, sure.
Wow.
Oh!
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him, guys. Don't tell him.
This is really tough. I bet everyone's so tryhard and we're just messing around.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. They're not the one pirate deck that plays a freaking Ravaging Ghoul. Let's hope not. Good.
Well, 4 minion Solar Forest seems pretty good.
4 mana 8/8. Like, people complain about 4 mana 7/7, but look at that card. It's an 8/8 and it doesn't even overload you.
4 mana 8/8. Taunt's really good. I mean, Mark of the Wild's not that great right now.
Yeah, we just for this.
Do we ever? No, we don't have to protect the Divine Shield, right?
Face, right?
Yeah, we just go face. I thought if you didn't have a Mage Hero power, it could be worth considering to protect the Divine Shield, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could also argue that if we soul the forest and trade the patches in, it's more aggressive because we get the 2/2 out. But
I feel like 4 minions on the soul is pretty good.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to trade Finley into the Divine Shield.
Yeah, that's just Soul of the Forest.
Smork.
Smork. Yeah, we are the Smork deck now.
Have you considered Have you tried Direwolf, by the way, instead of Lance Carrier?
Yeah, it's kind of questionable with Lance Carrier. Just like the permanent buff is just so good on Squire and Dragon Egg, but Direwolf doesn't work with Marquis Shards. It's kind of I don't know. It's just a personal preference. Like Direwolf is probably better, to be honest. I just like Lance Carrier more.
It's a better meme.
I like the permanent buff. I think it's good.
It's a better meme. Here first.
Well, taking very lightly their mistake, I think. Senfglas pointing out that they're just messing around. It's going to be a little bit more serious than that. They're playing for a lot of money, but I think they know that they're in a position where they probably win this game anyway. It's looking really strong for them. They're about to take out one of the strongest decks in the meta with this invention.
Yeah, invention's a good word for it, and I don't even know, but they're going to definitely get through there. Banning the druid made sense. It means that they got the chance to take down this warrior with this, assuming that they do, which looks for all the world like they will. I don't quite rule out the pirates, because we have seen them Yeah, they can deliver vast amounts of damage if they pick up the Arcanite Reaper and upgrades, but it does look for all the world like they're in real trouble here for eSuba.
Well, Jackie is going to run out of steam. Well, now. He's not got any cards left in his hand. However, he has quite a formidable board, especially when you consider that when these 3 minions die, they get replaced with a 2/2 Treant. So there is constant damage that's going to be smacking Faeli in the face. Looking at his hand, he's just not got anything that significant.
No, he's looking like he'll run out of steam just before he stabilizes here. And you take 3 by killing this 3/1. Okay, he's just going to play the expensive Corsair by the look of it.
Sure. I mean, the longer... It sounds really weird to say this, but the Face Warrior is the deck that's in it for the long game.
Right, it definitely is. Like, Jackie's deck is definitely a quicker deck. I mean, a 4-drop in the Warrior's hand, you know, Jackie's 4 drops as Soul of the Forest, and that is it. And he can just re-soul here. This is completely silly now. So I think the players to hit him with a 1/1 first.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that the Warrior can win this game.
I learned something today. I didn't know that Soul of the Forest stacked.
Yeah, it does.
I thought that hit him with a 1/1 first, and then, yeah.
You know what? eSuba just learned that as well.
2/1. Because nobody plays 2 Soul of the Forest, right? Even Jackie normally only plays 1 in most of his decks. Memes or otherwise, that deck did its job really, really well, and they're having a lot of fun with it as well, even with $1,500 on the line.
Well, this is the thing. They've gone in with this deck with a very specific purpose, which was to be Druid, and that backfired. So then they came in with a new purpose with the same list. They figured, maybe instead we can do this. And it has worked. Turns out filling a deck with 1 mana cards is a way of beating the Pirate Warrior.
It's also possible that they kept that information from us in the interview yesterday. That just to divert people from knowing that it beats the Pirate Warrior. That wouldn't surprise me at all, although Jackie's usually a bit more straightforward than that. But there are teams who would definitely keep that information to themselves.
I'd agree, but I think the fact that in the previous series, the one that they lost, the semi-final, I think they'd have used their true strategy in that one, because ending up having to use it as a consolation prize is not ideal. So either way, it was worked out for them in the end, and we're now waiting to see what eSuba is bringing in the next series. It looks like it's going to be Priest.
It's going to be Priest against Druid, and going to be interesting to see how this one works out, because you can't go with your instincts where you say, hey, Priest just beats Druid, because it's not real Druid. This is like Priest versus Pirate Warrior more than Priest versus Druid.
Yeah, this is complicated. This is mixing up the matchups, actually, because it's almost like trying to compare Control Warriors matchups with the Face Warriors matchups. They're going to be entirely different. And
it's just a different deck.
Druid.
Priest should be able to get down enough health and minions early enough to start wiping out the board, though. Especially if it goes like 1/3 into 2/4 into 3/4 buff. I think that just wins the game.
Yeah, and I think Wormrist Agent and Holy Nova are probably key cards in this matchup.
Right.
Or any of the board clears are going to be fantastic.
You don't mind spending 1 more mana to trade the Soul of the Forest for your Holy Nova, because when you've done that, this deck has no sustain at all. It has, it doesn't even have swipe in it for a bit of burst at the end. If you wipe out the minions, you win the game.
Right.
Sounds easy when you say it quick, but that's your plan to see if you can do that.
Okay. The Twilight Whelp, like you said, it's just really based on the Priest first few minions. Twilight Whelp into Wormrist Agent into the 3-drop, the Cabal Talon Priest. Yeah, you're right. That does just win the game, because it's unlikely that Jackie's minions are going to ever outvalue these cards.
Right.
Twilight Whelp is a really strong card.
And with the ability to heal face just for those extra bits and pieces if needed. Obviously, normally you're healing your minions, but if you're healing face a little bit as well along the way, it's gonna be so difficult for the pirates, for the druid, the pirate druid to get through. Pirate druid.
Right, absolutely.
Jackie, behave yourself, Jackie. How dare he have fun in a Hearthstone tournament?
Well, you know, there's having fun, and then there's also winning. A lot of people think that winning is fun, but Jackie finds a way to have fun and win, and for it to be fun anyway, and have even more fun.
Yeah, definitely the case. And I don't think Senfglas is far from the same ideal, although he's a little bit more salty than Jackie when things are going the other way.
Winning money is probably pretty fun when it comes to Hearthstone.
Oh, it's their job. Their job is to win money playing Hearthstone. So definitely something they want to be doing a lot of. And finally, we can stop waffling. We're into the game. It is the Priest, and FADE2KARMA have a fairly good opening hand.
Wow.
But I think the Priest will be happy with this as well.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
If he gets a dragon, he needs to get a dragon.
Like, yeah, this start from FADE2KARMA, Enchanted Raven into Dragon Egg into double Mark of the Lotus or Mark of Yesteraj. This seems like a great start. Let's take a listen and see what FADE2KARMA think of it.
The prize pool that I'll get. But I don't think
you guys have to let me bring it to every tournament.
We'll never doubt you. We'll never doubt you again, Jackie, with your wacky decks.
I mean, to be honest, we brought a pretty standard lineup. Like, wow,
that's annoying, but whatever.
Let's just buff this with Mark of the Wild.
Yeah, hopefully they don't have a. If they have a second Shadow and Pain, then we're sad. It's probably game over unless we top deck Raven or something. Just like.
I mean, the way they used the first one, maybe they have a second one. But.
Or maybe they're just worried about Mark because of it being a 4/4. I don't know.
Oh, here comes the Mark.
All right, yeah, this works. There's the Savage Roar.
So we could just Mark now.
And hold back.
And hold back the Mark of the Lotus so they can't def it. Yet.
I agree.
And for every one drop that we top deck.
I like it.
But I don't want, like, if the Egg Druid Master has something else to say.
Well, we're definitely doing that.
I like holding back. We can be greedy because he's probably gonna play like Twilight Guardian, right? Trade the dragon.
It's a 4/4. Do they play Potion of Madness? That might be slightly.
It's not even good.
We need to know these things.
Yeah. It's bad, guys.
Just top deck Roots and double Mark of the Lotus.
Do we know if they play Dragonfire or Holy Nova? Shit, it's so important. We need to know this.
We're just retarded.
Fuck. Why don't we? I don't know where, like, because it's like super important. Shit.
Hey, let me check out one of the previous games shamelessly.
You wish to
Shall we?
Forever.
Yeah.
Forward shield. Okay. All right. This turn isn't that strong. Ooh.
Oh, we could spawn a Penta and double buff.
And double buff. Is that good enough?
Actually, I mean, how bad is it? Like, do we set up lethal then? We'll have 4 minions on board. We'll overall have 6/4, 6/4, 12.
They didn't drop a 3/6
17 plus 10 from the Raw next turn. So that would actually set up lethal if there's no, even if there's a Holy Nova.
You like power double Mark? It means they can Shadow with Death stuff then.
Yeah, but still, I would still go for it, right? So we power now, and then we double Mark, and we have 4 minions on board, and we push 4 to the face.
Another play is also Mark of the Lotus, trade, Hero Power. No, that's bad. Okay, power double Mark.
Yeah, I think we go all in, right?
I like it.
I mean, saying they play Dragon Knight operative here, we would just win.
So Ali's saying they think they go all in, but Jackie was saying on turn 2 there that I think we've lost if they've got Shadow Word Pain. That's pretty all in on turn 2 anyway. Just an extension of that play.
Oh, boy. This is what happens when you get a team of memers, extremers. Excuse me, a team of streamers. They're definitely not what Jarla expected. I assume eSuba expected generally coming into this tournament.
Yeah, streamer, memer team, but they're also very, very solid.
You know, I mean, they're entertaining to listen to. It's great that we can keep going back into their comments because just the way they're talking, communicating with each other, the attitude. Look at this Savage Roar. Wow. Okay. Okay, the Priest just concedes. Druid takes the second game in a row.
And 3-1, and the attempt to counter with the Priest, we reasoned through why they picked it and exactly what was going to happen. none of it mattered. They just hit them in the face. A second Shadow Word Pain would have fixed it, but you're entitled not to draw both your Shadow Word Pains in your opening hand. A little bit of a slow start, and Bosh, Jackie's Druid deck does it again.
I love how the first thing that we heard when we jumped into that player chat, by the way, was Jackie saying, you have to let me bring this to every tournament.
Yeah, just going to point out, I think we might have a bit of a misdestructoid going on at your end. Yeah, Jackie saying we have to bring that every tournament if he gets like 4 or 5 wins in a row with that. And, well, who knows now? We know that Pirate Warrior can go through a lineup. Obviously, this isn't quite as strong as that, but it's playing the same role, and people are hanging on against Pirate Warrior. They are getting through it, but they're bringing lineups that can only just beat Pirate Warrior. And so, yeah, maybe this equivalent, this Druid version of Pirate Warrior, this aggro Druid, whatever you want to call it, Egg Druid, Jackie Druid, Flood Druid, maybe it can just go the whole way.
Well, Mr. Destructoid is gone now, and next up is going to be Rogue for eSuba's next attempt at countering this Druid.
Right, so your first instinct would be that this would be bad because Pirate Warrior destroys Rogue, but the difference I think we're going to find is in the Fan of Knives. Pirate Warrior doesn't like Fan of Knives, but this Druid deck really doesn't want a Fan of Knives in it. Right. It's just going to wipe everything out. Also, Sap, because there's so many cards that buff in Jackie's deck. Soul of the Forest, Mark of Yeshuraj, Mark of the Wild, even Mark of the Lotus and Power of the Wild, they all buff. And Sap just kind of resets that. Dragon Egg getting sapped is a nightmare as well. So I agree. Fan of Knives and Sap, I think, are the reasons Rogue are going to have a good shot here. And just Dagger. I mean, your Dagger, you've got 30 health to play with. There's no real surprises coming out of the Druid. If you can stabilize on even 8, 10, something like that. Yeah, even lower numbers are probably okay. You're probably okay, and there's a good chance of getting rid of the minions. But again, if you do miss a step as the Rogue, I think turn 4 Tomb Pillager whilst facing down sort of 14 coming at you, they're just going to ignore it and run you over. Right, absolutely. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I definitely wouldn't want to go as far as to say that it's extremely Rogue favoured. I think the thing is, the point is, eSuba believed that the Priest was favoured against the Druid, which is why they queued it, and they lost. So I doubt that they're going to be completely confident about what's favoured at all. Yeah, I mean, they probably haven't got any idea, right? They have very little time to prepare for this. They were busy playing their semi-final while F2K had their feet up and invented new memes and stuff. And so eSuba had 15 minutes to prepare for this. And we know from what was said in that last chat that both teams can prepare as they go, with Senfglas shamelessly just checking out VODs and stuff, which is completely allowed, by the way, in the scheme of things. Of course. But, you know, these teams using the fact they are a team, the fact there's 3 of them that can do different things very well. And I'm sure that eSuba will be getting a grip with this Druid deck, but they need to do it quickly, so let's see if they can. Oh, wow, okay. If that questing adventurer was an Edwin Van Cleef, then this would pan out very differently. It certainly would. Faeli's got a big decision to make here as to how all these series of 1 point of damage adds up. Like the double fan, plus the pirate, plus your dagger. The ordering of how you want to use these cards is absolutely huge here. You want to catch as much stuff with that double fan as you can. Okay. Patches going into the Enchanted Raven, although Faeli knows this deck by now, and he knows there's a good chance that that's not going to kill it. Look at that Mark of the Lotus that gets picked up off the top by Jackie Chan, going to be buffing up that Raven and Patches. Dr. Zoom's got something to say here. Who of them is in charge now, apparently? And notice that against Rogue, we don't care about Bloodsail Corsair. We're just going to put it on the board. Right. No messing around waiting to kill the turn 2 weapon. Not going to hang on to it. We're just going to put it on the board and start doing damage straight away. Yeah, I mean, I guess against Rogue, it's inconsequential. Like, the important thing about this Bloodsail Pirate is that it summons Patches. That's it. Sometimes against a warrior, you get to kill an Arcanite Reaper or finish off a Fiery War Axe. That's great. But generally, it's for bringing out Patches and getting this huge turn with Mark of the Lotus.
FADE2KARMA need to pick up something to play this turn, though.
Yeah, next turn's looking like Questing Adventurer, coin, Viscerate is going to be really, really powerful, putting down a basically an unkillable minion, which can do repeated damage, taking out a minion a turn, and just starting to tidy up this board. There's other options as well, but that's the one that catches the eye first. It's looking good spray here.
All right, so FADE2KARMA playing the egg, which kind of blocks Fan of Knives. It makes it much more awkward anyway. Let's listen to what FADE2KARMA have to say over the next turn as they watch this Questing Adventurer grow.
Doing the 1-drops.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I don't think we're too worried about Zeb. It would really have to be Zeb with something else in a prep. Maybe like an Advin.
Give me a quest.
Okay, questing. Max that.
What's that? Is that coin?
Sorry, it's bad.
Oh, no.
It's bad. Okay. Okay.
It's still Argus though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Just Argus, get to the face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's anyway.
Yeah.
Bring his face.
My shield for Argus.
If we get like Root Soul next turn, well, that should be really good. And then, okay, we get Roots next turn, and then we get Raw the turn after, and then we just...
And we're almost guaranteed a 2-1, you know, to...
We need a 1-drop. We need a 1-drop right now. Give me a 1-drop. It's not 1-drop.
How bad is it though? I mean, can't we just Lance Carrier the egg trade into the questing, and then we call we Power of the Wild and buff 3 minions and go face?
Yeah, we have to kill the questing, right?
You have to kill the questing.
It kills us too quickly.
And we definitely want to use the egg to kill it.
I'm pretty sure.
There's no way of
we want to get
Yeah,
an
we wanna-
out.
There's no way of getting 2 things from the egg here. So yeah, so Lance Carrier, trade Power of the Wild, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you want?
Dude, I like the lens carrier.
I mean, if he has like Auctioneer.
Auctioneer is not good. He used coins.
No, Auction is terrible. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah, I mean, okay,
still
okay.
doable.
He can't even.
Something
He's,
like
he's at 5 mana.
I mean, if he
already.
kills only 1 minion here, I think he would have played a backstep sometime earlier. This could be prep fan into something.
Something, Edwin.
Could be prep fan, but it's going to be prep fan most of the time here, and that's going to be very, very bad news for F2K, who are going to have a useless card sat in their hand.
Sounds like they're pretty sure about that Lance Carrier now, though.
Yeah, Jackie knew his outs there. He was saying that he needed the 1-drop. You can see why, but he knew that that was probably the only way they were going to get through. They got as much damage in as they could, but this is going to be absolutely terrifying for them, because now they're just never going to be able to establish a minion on the board. They have no charge, I don't think, and so establishing anything to stick on the board is going to be so difficult, because these can get through a minion and the Soul of the Forest.
So how are they going to deal with this final 10 damage? Not only that, but Faeli has picked up a better counterfeit coin here.
Right. Something that could happen, I guess. I mean, you can't keep using your hero power to kill off minions. So if they just do the rogue thing where you just draw bad cards like this 2 or 3 times in a row, maybe they just never get to clear the next board, like Living Roots into Soul of the Forest. Living Roots, Corsair, Soul of the Forest. Something like that. In fact, possibly exactly that would just maybe get FADE2KARMA what they needed. Obviously, this 1 per turn going into the face of the rogue is giving them some sort of countdown clock. Obviously, he's not going to hit him 9 times, but you know, maybe they can hit them 4 or 5 times and get a 2/2 to stick, something like that.
Okay, so yeah, FADE2KARMA have time. Savage Roar, oh, so it's 2 burst damage. Essentially, that's what Savage Roar is now. I don't think they run any minions with charge, do they?
They don't. It might, but the Soul of the Forest is kind of a minion with charge, and they've got to decide whether they want to do it now or whether they want to give it 1 more turn. I think we should probably have a listen in to see what they're thinking about that exact way of winning.
too. Like at that point.
Yeah. Okay, so just here.
So we hit the Pillager, and then on the turn after we top deck any minion. We play the Corsair and we soul. Together we have 2 minions on board, we have 2 damage on board, and the Savage Voice go. So we have 2 plus 6 plus the hero power.
Yeah.
Just have to hope that he
Just living roots. Just fucking.
doesn't. Yeah, just give us the.
Could very easily have like Leroy Coblin.
A lot of times it's a Sep as well.
No Drake or Auctioneer. I just hope he's like. Nothing.
Alright.
Oh no, he's not gonna let us keep the tokens.
Double cold There's no way they're leaving them in.
Yeah, no, I was like, there's no way.
Now we need living roots to kill that.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
That's. I mean, we can.
So we just play 2 minions and we don't even soul.
Yeah,
we just hero power and hit face.
Yeah.
Well, aren't we dead?
No, we have one armor.
No, we have, yeah, okay, we have our one armor. Yeah, I mean, we're basically dead, but... Dream is still alive. Egg Druid.
I mean, they would have killed us by now if they had it, right?
Probably got it by now.
He would have played the damage that he has.
Does he have to trade the 10-2 into the 3-2?
Oh my god.
He might.
Maybe he'll just go face.
We might.
Oh my god.
We've got to
He's
have
gonna
a
go face.
If he kills the 1-2,
You consider it.
he has to kill the 3-2.
This is like prepping. I
has
think
to
it's a
kill-
coin left.
No, I see.
Oh my god, this is so close.
Oh my god, this is so close.
They have to know we have Savage Roar. They have to know we have Savage Roar.
Alright, but any damage now, right? Any 2 damage. That's
Whoa!
it!
God.
That's it!
Fucking Egg Druid won again!
I literally can't.
Yes! Adrian!
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom after this.
Oh my god.
This is gonna. Oh my
God.
god, this is the most enjoyable victory.
This is the best. Holy shit.
Sick. Fantastic.
Oh my
I'm
god.
having a great time.
Be right back.
Wow.
What did we just watch? What on earth was that? Completely crazy. They're having to trade in your 10-2 Leroy not to die and then dying anyway. And the decision they made the turn before to just hold back, try and draw another minion, is what won them that game. If they'd gone in with the minion the turn before, then obviously eSuba would have been able to just keep killing the minions one at a time. It's so much easier than killing 2. The decision to Leroy was an interesting one, but it did set up what looked like a winning situation, but it all just went completely wrong.
I can tell you as well what we just watched, and that was the 3rd win in a row
Right.
with this Druid deck. This is shaping up to be a very fast series.
It's going quicker than some of the other series have, that is for sure. And maybe eSuba are running out of ways to deal with this now. Although they still have Mage, which should have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Mage would be, I think, the deck I would take to try and counter Q. But, like, I'm looking at... So the previous series, I remember there were a few games with Hunter that started, and the score was 2-1 or something after an hour of gameplay. I believe this series has been going on for an hour, and we're at, what's the score, like 4-1?
The score is 4-1. 3 of those go with Druid, 1 with the Paladin, and the only win coming from eSuba has come from their Pirates. So, yeah, this could be a 6-1. We haven't seen many stomps in this series over the last 2 days, but this could be one now. Although Mage is more than capable of pulling it back. One of the reasons series have been going long is that Mage just goes Mage you, really slowly Mage you some more, and then loses, and then the other guys win, and it goes to 6-5.
Right.
And that could well happen here because this Mage deck is pretty good.
The thing is, if the Mage were to lose from eSuba, then they really are in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, they have to win this game.
At the end of the day, every single extra win that FADE2KARMA get with this Druid puts eSuba one step back with their strategy. It means that when they eventually do beat the Druid and FADE2KARMA then play something else, Bear Hunter, like whatever, then eSuba have got less options for what they counter with. And eventually they just run out of stuff that they actually want to play.
Not only that, but Senfglas is going to have to admit that it's a good deck and play it in tournaments. I think we heard him say that earlier.
Neil, we might have to admit that it's a good deck.
I'm not admitting anything. I never admit to anything, whether it's right or wrong. No, it could end up being okay. It could, I mean, it does a very, very different job to Jade Druid. It's aiming at exactly the opposite end of things.
Right.
And so, you know, normally you're going to bring the Jade Druid to do that job because it's a very controlling meta. But Jackie and Co have found a way to make this work, and they've changed it. I mean, they brought it to counter Druid. This game, they've banned Druid and just countered everything else. Why not just change your plans mid-tournament?
If at first you don't succeed, then just change your strategy and it will probably go better. That's the lesson that we can take away from this. eSuba, I'm surprised that they didn't queue their mage or their paladin sooner. It is going to be the mage now. And I believe, wait, was this the... No, this wasn't the tempo mage. This one was arena mage.
Yeah, the tempo mage was on the side of Luminosity, I believe, because Muzzy was just like tearing through the team with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so can they get it again? We haven't seen much of this Finley, but here he is.
Well, that's probably the hero power you want with it. That or tap. Maybe against arena mage you'd prefer the tap, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of damage, and the mage is going to have to... Well, I don't know, their hand's actually okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, Loot Hoarder and Thanos and Arcane Intellect, they've got the cycle cards that they want. It's just, it seems a little bit too slow against this Druid.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Coin Blizzard on turn 5. Means they can use pings a little bit to defend themselves up to that point. They're going to need to draw Arena. They're going to need to get a good Kazakus potion as well. They're going to need a lot of things to go their way. But they have got something to aim for, at least. Okay, so Doomsday, you might as well play it now. If you don't play it now, you're never playing.
Yep, I agree. And Jackie does actually have a way of dealing with it, I believe. Power of the World and Mark of the Lotus would do it. Or Mark of Yasiraj and Mark of the Lotus. Does he actually want to use that many resources just yet? Let's have a listen.
It's 7.
Okay.
Sucks that we had to use the Mark of the Lotus like that,
But they don't have a good way to deal with that board soon. If we just get a pirate here, I really don't know if there's that much they can do.
Fireballing that? He's fireballing that. Yeah.
Oh wow, let's do it.
Ooh, let's do it.
I just don't think we can respect the volcanic potion, right?
No.
If we have that strong of a play.
He has it, right?
I mean, MC Tech, yeah.
No, I won't play around that. You can't. You just have to
Even if it's a volcanic potion, we push 10 with the Finlay and the next another 1 with the...
He just plays like Morally and then we top like Savage Roar and have like 22 damage. Bet you have 22 damage. Shit, if we top like Savage Roar. It's not very good.
So just Raven, try to 1-3 into the loot water, go face with the rest, I believe.
Like kill the Blood Mage?
I guess we kill the Blood Mage, right?
Do we need to kill Blood Mage? What are we scared of? Like,
I guess like
Volcanic Potion screws us no matter what.
no matter what, right?
It plays around like Arcane. He can't Arcane Blast the 5/4. It's a pretty big deal.
He would have done that now instead of Loot Hoarder, though. I mean, he gets 1-2 draws for Arcane Blast. I think it's just safe to trade into Thalnos.
Yeah.
Are we holding back the Raven, or are we just putting it down? Just loading it down.
We are going in.
All in.
Yeah, we can't afford to play around stuff. We just have to go. Like, if they have it, they have it.
Jackie's answer to everything is we can't afford to play around that with this deck. Just throw it out there. This game is over. I sometimes call games a bit quick, but this one is just Frost Nova into Blizzard, into Wind at some point.
It's heartbreaking after the little streak that we've just seen. I don't think we've had a streak of more than 3 wins, though, in the last 2 days. So, wait a second. No, it doesn't change anything, does it?
I'm just looking through. I think you're right. I think every 3 is the most we've had. We've had a lot of 3s, but nothing. No one's gone absolutely on the rampage. They've got the 4, of course. Show came back from 5-2 to 6-5 with the Reno.
So now that Soul of the Forest is down, Blizzard clears the board but replaces it with another one, and Savage Roar would still be lethal.
Yeah, I lose track of when the freeze effect works with Blizzard. At one point it froze after, and at one point it froze before, and I forget where we're at in the freezing Blizzard meta.
I don't believe it freezes Death Rattles, but I think it freezes Imps from Imp Gang Boss.
I agree, and I think you're right.
Okay, it's a complicated one. But...
Things dying is usually the very, very end of the turn sequence. And so it would freeze and then things would die. Whereas with Imp Gang Boss, the Imp appears and gets frozen.
Yeah.
Then things die.
Yeah, that's right.
Things dying happens after, and good call, we got one right.
He needs Savage Roar. Wait, is Living Roots enough? No, it's not. It's 2 off lethal. Oh, no.
I'm not quite sure, though, how he goes about this. So how do they stop dying? I guess they just play Reno and... That
and hope there's no Savage Roar.
If there's no Savage Roar, which they know there's not at the moment.
Oh, Ice Block's actually fine, right?
Absolutely amazing Roar for them here, because that means that even the Savage Roar on the turn after the Reno won't be enough.
No.
And then they've got the Blizzard to tidy up all that stuff as well.
Yeah, now this game's over, and I believe Blizzard would freeze a dragon from the Dragon Egg.
Yep. Again, the death happens first, not the damage. So the damage happens, then the freezing, and then the death. So the Dragon Egg would die after the dude is made, but the dude would get frozen. Right,
yeah. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. Awesome.
I was fine up until the point when Pyromancer got bugged, and then I learned all the new stuff, and then it all went a bit weird. And then they fixed it 2 or 3 weeks later, and I've been confused ever since.
That was around the 2-day meta as well, as just to add to the complication of things. I think that was just before Whispers came out.
I'm not going to try and work it out. Yeah, people were playing Patron Warrior with that in, and then they all changed their lineups. I remember that much. All right, so this one's petering out into a likely stabilization here from eSuba. They're going to play Reno, and then they're just going to tidy up. In fact, they might not have to tidy up. I think Jackie will just hit the concede button when he sees this, to be honest.
Yeah, well, he's having a good laugh. I think they all know it's over. Jackie's thinking, I don't care. We just won 3 games with this deck. It doesn't matter. I've proven its worth.
Yeah, and he said earlier, I don't want to concede just yet in a situation a bit like this. So he does like to play it out. I've got nothing wrong with teams playing out every last 1% they get, or in this case 0.001%.
I was right.
That has just become 0%, I think, that last turn. See, Jackie. Probably look at his card and then concede if it's not something completely incredible.
I can see.
Yeah. Okay, he did exactly as you said. Took a look. Mark of the Wild, that one. Not quite going to do it, and there you go.
Yeah, and eSuba stops the rot, makes it 4-2, and now they've got their mage in play. There's no druid to counter it with because that druid deck is not the traditional druid, and it'd be interesting to see what gets queued into it. They've got hunter, they've got their own mage, they've got warlock, they've got warrior. And none of those are particularly exciting choices for you. If your own mage or the warlock might be the best choices. Again, we've said this meme all day long, but you try and pick a spot with a hunter, like to just it's not going to go on a streak. You try and pick a 1-game slot where it just picks up that 1 game, and this might be that spot for it.
It's the throwaway deck. If you can win one, that's great. If not, then that's no real surprise. Again, I will say I'm surprised that eSuba didn't queue the mage sooner. against the Druid. I feel like it is more of a counter, as we could clearly see, like Frost Nova into Volcanic Potion, into Blizzard, into Ice Block, into Reno.
I mean, they did get a Blizzard from the Babbling Book, as we see.
Yeah,
the charities that this Battle of the Best will be supporting through the year, any donations made to this will be split between these organisations, both of which basically help people in dire circumstances get games to cheer them up, improve their quality of life, and have a lot of fun, and bring some much needed relief to those people. So if you do donate, that's where it'll be split throughout this year.
If you like children, if you like games, if you don't like children, you should still donate. Just donate. We've got this free entertainment for you. Everything here is positive. The more donations we get, the more likely there are going to be more of these events. Everybody wins, really.
I'm not positive. You've never called me positive. No one's ever called me positive.
Well, there you go, Neil. You go. First time for everything.
I can be positive.
Unless you're here watching and you don't want to be watching, like if you're watching and hating the event, then sure, don't donate for some reason. But everyone should donate.
Yep. And if that happens, we will put Meme Hunter up for you next for F2K. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Have we seen FADE2KARMA's Hunter? We must have done. Yeah, I think we did in your series this morning.
We didn't. They managed to dodge it. No, we must have seen it.
We must have seen it because they lost, and I doubt it was banned. I'm assuming, knowing Jackie, that it would have camel in it. To be fair, a lot of the hunters have had camel in them.
Okay, so because it was the last game, I didn't note down exactly what was going on. I think that's what happened here. I'm not entirely sure. I must admit, I confess, I've messed this one up. I don't have their hunter deck noted down, and that'll be a bit of a shame. But we are told by the admins that it is a meme deck.
Right, we've been told meme hunter, not mid hunter, meme hunter. So if it's not meme hunter, you can blame the admins that gave us the information.
Yeah, well, it's never ever the caster's fault. We take enough stick from everybody else. We can't take stick from admins as well.
Yeah. Right, here we go.
It just looks like mid-range hunter so far.
Hang on a second, there's a Doomsayer there.
Okay.
And a Tomb Spider. Okay.
Oh yeah, I remember the.
I remember this now. Yeah.
And all sorts of things going on in this deck.
For a while, Doomsayer was being run in Hunter. I feel like it was a very short amount of time. But shortly after Whispers of the Old Gods, people were running Doomsayer instead of Fiery Bat, just because Silence had just been nerfed, and Doomsayers weren't dying on turn 2 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, Doomsayer is good in a way in Hunter because your first 2 turns are shambolic. So you've got a choice: either load your deck full of 1 and 2 drops that aren't very good, or you can play a Doomsayer on turn 2 and just ignore turns 1 and 2, and that gets you to turn 3 a bit more safely, and then you can curve through this wonderful array of minions that you see in front of you now.
Right, exactly. Senfglas would like to pick up a secret at some point, maybe, to have this devastating turn 3, although I don't think that's a huge deal against Reno Mage. I'm surprised, actually, we're seeing Hunter queued into Reno Mage, so this is obviously a matchup that FADE2KARMA know a lot more about than I do.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to queue it soon. They're going to queue it at all. They're going to have to play either against the Mage or against the other remaining deck. God, I'm having a nightmare here. The other remaining deck is Paladin. So they they've got to play against one or the other. So they figure that they might as well play against the Mage and the Paladin. And that makes a lot of sense to me. You might catch the Mage off guard with no healing, but the Paladin's always going to be able to stabilise.
Now, Jarla needs to decide if that secret is cat trick or not. Because if it's not, then you can just Frostbolt ping this Cloaked Huntress.
What to do?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that.
No, because it's Snipe.
Okay, it's fine with that most likely.
Yeah, it prevents Jarla from killing it, but now Doomsayer is the play.
Yeah, and this is just all buying a lot of time to start getting into their board, but you know, I don't think FADE2KARMA mind this mid-game. The Mage is going to have to go very long if he's going to win this, because this mid-game is going to belong to FADE2KARMA with, again, the Discover, and then you've got the High Main, then you've got whatever you discovered, maybe it's even another Tomb Spider. So there's lots of sustained damage in the next few turns coming out for FADE2KARMA, and eSuba are going to have to manage their removal very carefully.
I'm trying to work out why there's a brand there.
Tomb Spider?
I don't recall Bran ever having any particularly strong synergies in Hunter.
Tomb Spider?
I mean, I guess you're right. There is a Tomb Spider, but
did we see
as well? Maybe I don't know.
Possibly a Barn, but Barn with Doomsayer doesn't seem the strongest.
No, it doesn't, does it? Let's have a listen to the players and see if we can pick up some kind of insight as to what they think about the deck.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You actually like it, but then they have their Emperor turn next turn.
But then we can still. I mean, what do we do about?
Oh yeah, then we go and Bran into Emperor.
Yeah.
You think we just play Bran?
I mean, we just we just kill it, and then we come.
We have to kill it. It'll make them.
We're gonna coin Bran.
Yeah, I don't want to just hero power, do we?
Yeah, no, we did too slow.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Fucking Bran.
They're gonna
No,
be like,
I was
what,
gonna say,
Bran?
I was
What are we
like,
gonna
wait.
play with Bran?
No, I was gonna say like Bran better be better.
And
Yeah, we're gonna
Tomb
get
Spider, we have
six.
Bran.
Over High Main if Bran survives.
If they play Emperor, do you think we High Main or Tomb Spider?
I feel like we might Tomb Spider.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just Tomb Spider, get a Scarab.
Don't want to give up dropping the high main on 6, but at the same time, if
We need the
Bran
value as
lives,
well.
pretty good value, yeah. We might just have
If they
polymorph
have
for the high
Emperor, they're gonna
main
have
too.
so many tempo plays there.
I mean, they are gonna think if we're gonna play Bran, we are probably gonna have some battle cries to play it with, together with. So
I mean, we
they
can
are
even
gonna
get something like
pick
King
Bran.
Zelik. The King Zelik battle cry goes off twice.
Yeah.
So you can draw 2 cards from it,
I
potentially.
mean, if you're good, you draw 2 cards. Yeah.
But if that's our whole turn, we're very happy with it.
Yeah.
Is it though? I don't think it is.
I mean, this could be like a loot for now, but all right.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, we'll just time in.
So I went into that kind of hoping to find out what the brand was for.
And nobody knew.
I feel like that didn't really answer my question.
I feel like everybody in the team was wondering the same thing. So why have we got a Bran? I don't know. It's a fun meme to have in our deck. We did see, obviously, the Houndmaster was drawn while that was going on, and the Tomb Spider. So that's 2 things it works with. There's likely other stuff as well.
Yeah.
It did seem like it hasn't got many uses, and certainly Senfglas and Ali seem to be quite amused by the situation.
They obviously figured that in this scenario it was there for the Tomb Spider. Alternatively, it was there just because it meant that Jarla had to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, Senfglas go, well, they're going to assume we've got some battle cries now. He said it in the tone of voice of, well, I don't think we have.
Oh my goodness, these FADE2KARMA. At least they're entertaining.
Yeah, the value, they are definitely value for a tournament like this. I mean, you know, I do sort of laugh at them a little bit because they kind of encourage it themselves, but, you know, don't be misled. These guys are very, very strong players.
I feel like we're laughing with them. I feel like I'm laughing with them.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in between. I'm a natural cynic, obviously. But no, in fairness, you know, you cannot underrate these guys' achievements. Senfglas and Jackie, both incredible ladder players, both defined metas at various points, especially Senfglas with Hunter at one point a while ago. I think it was Hunter.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago.
And Patron as well, actually, Senfglas.
Oh, of course, yeah, he was the first person to actually make Patron work.
Yeah.
A lot of people were trying to make it work and didn't really know which way to go with it. And he was the first person to really do anything with it. Jackie, known for his egg druid, has been #1 legend, and you know, kind of chooses not to play strong decks sometimes. And you know, he'll keep being encouraged because these decks that he plays are doing so well in tournaments. Why change?
Okay, a second cloaked hunter is picked up from Senfglas there. Still not sure about the brand, but King Crush is definitely an option here for FADE2KARMA.
It gives them a cheesy way to win, and they might need that with Reno Mage on 27 is not really what you want to be looking at. So yeah, pick up the way that you can win the game.
if nothing else, it's a 2-for-1. It may even be Dirty Ratted out next turn.
Which would be amusing. It's unlikely to be Dirty Ratted out if it's not played, though, because what did they just pick up? They picked up a beast that they choose not to play for 9 mana.
That's true. I guess the alternative could be that they may think it's a hyena or something with a battle cry and something that they'd like to force out on their own terms, rather than an 8/8.
Yeah, something like an owl or something like that could be picked, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
I suspect they won't want to rat. They've got the portal. Maybe they'll do that first and see how they feel.
I mean, I even think that rat into Fireland's portal could be a decent plan for Jarla here. Drake changes things. I think Drake seems...
Yeah, we're not going to find out because Drake's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Get to clear this up nicely and start just winning the game. Portal can go face next turn, representing a whole bunch of damage. In fact, representing lethal at the moment.
Okay, well, Senfglas now. Dropping King Crush. It is not quite going to 2-for-1s. It is just going to get eaten up by Fireland's Portal. Or Flame Strike. Probably Fireland's Portal.
It'll probably be the Portal, just because of the tempo required. Yeah. There's other options as well. It's tempted to go with a Dirty Rat now because he's seen that the King Crush has been played, obviously. And all of these are viable, I think. I think I like the Portal play because they just had to play a King Crush to kill your minion. Yeah.
Let's join FADE2KARMA and see how they believe they're going to win this game.
Well, we got to do it. So
maybe we got to do it, but we don't trade.
We trade, no. Don't trade, right?
No, we don't trade. What are we trying to achieve? Sure? Well, at the same time, if we don't trade,
because he's going to go ooze and ping into the Misha.
Yeah, so he can do the trade for us. So we should probably... I don't know. Guess Blizzard's to punish.
Yeah, I guess you just throw it in, right?
Just throw it in, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chick, maybe like, you know. I mean, Leok, sorry, not Misha.
Wait, do we know if they play Pyroblast? Pretty important.
I don't.
Can we... I mean, it's not like we can heal and play around it.
With Grand Street Informant, you can heal. Oh, that's bad. That's pretty bad.
Bottom right.
Yeah, looks like
it was worth a try with the Hunter. So we should probably still queue our warrior into this, because I don't think they run taunts. They just
run. Wait, discover first.
All right.
Find something that saves us.
Alley Armorsmith.
None of this saves us though.
Yeah, let's just die.
Just die.
Just die.
Okay, concede.
Nah, nothing saves us.
Well fought. I concede.
And just die they do.
Yeah, Senfglas had multiple different ways he put that within the last few minutes. He had let's just die, bottom right. You know, it looked like that he had pretty much given up. Then Ali stopped him. She said, wait, we just drew a discover. Which kind of does finally answer the brand question. It looks like that's actually a Discover Hunter, sort of.
Was. And we don't have to see it anymore today or in this tournament. So the mage, moving swiftly on. No, it's entertaining, right? We've seen they've got their Druid, they've got their Hunter, they've got cards in Paladin they haven't played. They're having a good time with it, and they're doing well in the process, still leading 4-3. It feels like they're losing because the mage is on a rampage. But they've still got their own mage, they've got warrior, they've got warlock. This mage should get taken down pretty soon.
Bit of a comeback from eSuba, or the beginning of one. He still needs to win one more game to even it out. But now FADE2KARMA gave us a little bit of a hint just there as to what they were planning on playing next. I believe they're looking at queuing the warrior against the mage.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Is interesting because I feel as though this is... Yeah. FADE2KARMA bringing warrior. So Ali's up next. This is so risky, isn't it? Like, if the mage draws correctly, they just win. Unless you get frothing. Like, unless you get frothing to stick.
It's that situation again. This is twice the cat's done this today with FADE2KARMA been in trouble. It's that situation again where you just got to choose which of the games do you want your warrior to line up against. Do you want it to line up against Paladin? Do you want to line it up against the Mage? So it doesn't necessarily mean you're picking the deck that's more likely to win now. You're picking like which one you think your warrior is more likely to win. And they seem to feel it's more likely to beat the Mage than it is to beat the Paladin.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair argument. Like, I guess if it's unfavored, at least in your eyes, against both, then just take it now. If you believe that it's more likely to beat the Mage than the Paladin, that makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see this game. It could actually end up evening it out for eSuba. FADE2KARMA have not won just yet. Maybe their memes will get the better of them.
Yeah, eSuba have come a long, long way in this tournament. I'm pretty sure that they do not want to just let it drop without a fight. Obviously, that goes without saying with Pro Hearthstone, but just want to emphasize just one more time, they came through a 48-player elimination last week to get here, and they have played a lot of Hearthstone to get to this spot. You think we've watched a lot over the last 2 days? This is how much eSuba have played in the last 8 days just to be here.
Right. And here's another reminder. Winner of this series gets $1,500. Loser gets nothing.
Yeah, loser gets memes.
So it's actually a pretty high stake series of Hearthstone. Here we go. Ali's warrior.
And it is just a face with a decent face-ish start, although no weapon on turn 2 means that it's all going to come to a grinding halt.
Oh man, just look at Jarla's hand though. We've got Doomsayer, Volcanic Potion, we had Arcane Blast, and we've got Reno ready to go.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hand. You would play that hand of Hearthstone against most things.
Yeah, I wouldn't mulligan these cards away.
Wouldn't let the fact that we've only got one of each of them in our deck stop us.
Can FADE2KARMA even prevent this Doomsayer? I don't know.
No, that's really rare in Warrior. Normally Warrior has some way of, even if it's a bit nasty, you know, a bit of a nightmare, they can usually deal with a Doomsayer, but they just can't deal with it. And that is going to be an absolute disaster.
Ali forgot to draw Fiery Works, it looks like.
Yeah, or any, like even a Hook would have done okay from N'Zoth's first mate. Oh my goodness. It's so tempting just to torch face here, but I think you have to keep it because you want to be able to kill a 4 health minion. Obviously you want to get that proper, really nice torch in your deck, but it just lines up nicely with the torch coin ping of killing stuff like...
I mean, Torch kills Kor'kron Elite, Torch Coin Ping kills Frothing Berserker. Frothing Berserker is like the only real threat that I guess Jarla's worried about right now. Ali plays an Arcanite Reaper, he plays Acidic Swamp Ooze. Ali plays a wide board full of stuff, he plays Volcanic Potion.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Small-Time Buccaneer will survive though.
See what he chooses to do here, actually. It's a shame that none of us speak Czech. Obviously, plenty of people in chat do, but unfortunately, we have to comment on what we hear, and neither of us two do. Because the problem with using coin here is your Flame Strike. They would dearly love to just coin and torch ping, and that's what they're going to do. But that means their Flame Strike is now delayed. But you've got turn 6 Reno to set it up, so you're probably not too upset.
I mean, yeah, sure, you lose the coin Flame Strike, but this hand is just looking incredible regardless. Next turn is a little bit dodgy, or was, until the Arcanite Reaper came down, and now you play Acidic Swamp Ooze, I guess with Babbling Book. And then you're nowhere near dying by the time it's time to play Reno.
Do you, like, just waste this potion now? It's only going to kill one thing, but it's going to set another thing up for a ping.
Sure.
And you're fine, right? They've only got 2 cards in hand. The only way they're going to outcard you is if they get Finley into a tap. And they've already wasted mana or had awkward turns. They would have played Finley if they had it. I think this is really, really good.
Yeah, there's no lethal this turn. Like Leroy is only 11 damage. Yeah, okay, now Ali may punish that by playing the upgrade, buffing up the Reaper and putting 6 more damage into the face. The awkward thing there, actually, is that Jarla can't play Reno and Acidic Swamp Ooze next turn.
Right, and he probably won't have the ability to go Water Elemental Swamp Ooze. Probably just would be too menacing, so he might have to take a bit of a beating. Of course, Reno does occupy the board. He is a 4/6. He's not just a guy that heals you for 20.
Right, of course. Let's listen to FADE2KARMA's reaction when this next turn happens. I'm guessing it won't be a very good one.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, Ronald. Oh, Ronald.
I don't think they have Fireball either.
21 cards left in your deck, bruh. You don't
If they had
have
Fireball, they wouldn't have done Torch, Coin, Ping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
If they had Frostbolt, they wouldn't have done Coin, Cord, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, as the mage, you're always going to be playing around 4 damage. Maybe the Corcoran was better. I don't know.
I mean, but then we just
the
remove the
same
Corcon and we need to top deck the damage from hand anyways.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why they were thinking about it.
Oh.
I mean, turn 6.
Yeah, we just have to hit it.
Yeah, just play everything. Hit the Reno right with the weapon. Hope there's no Flame Strike.
For the war chief.
We just have to make this frothing like enormous and.
Yeah.
Finally into life tap into second up and everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think Flame Strike's coming.
Why is it that they always have the Reno into the Flame Strike?
And also
Yeah,
the Doomsayer and Arcane Blast.
And the Doomsayer and Arcane Blast.
So just armor up, we gotta save the
You don't-
upgrade for a good weapon.
Would we use upgrade on Fireworks?
I mean, rather than just, do we just play it for 3 now?
No way. I think we have to save it for potential Arcanite Reaper, but I think we. I guess 12 damage. Well, not with the War Rally, but. War Rally kind of ruined that.
Yeah, they're not looking like they're in a good spot anymore, especially with Water Elemental down. They were hoping to Ronald that there was no Reno Jackson, that there was no Flame Strike.
Yeah, they just had it all. Just gotta, they do have to get a move on here, just because something like Finley could help, but it seems very, very unlikely because the constant freezing of the face.
As Senfglas said, the Doomsayer as well was a huge factor as to why FADE2KARMA lost. The fact that there was a Doomsayer out on turn, was it 2 or 3, that couldn't be dealt with is mortifying for a deck that relies on early game board presence.
Yeah, just getting it to trigger, it's just so rare. And, I mean, now eSuba just taking their time that they don't mess this up. Pirates can just surprise damage you with the Arcanite Reaper, and then if you get maybe a life tap, they could kill you possibly in 2 turns with an upgrade. And so eSuba just thinking, what are the combinations of cards that we somehow lose to here? And let's not lose to those. And this is all fine. Whatever they do, we can see is absolutely fine.
Yeah, being able to freeze the face every single turn does seem like quite an advantage against the Pirate Warrior.
So they've also got the Swampoos, so not even any upgrade shenanigans. Yeah, now they've got heal in the form of Alliestrasza. They'll keep that back just in case.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying earlier that eSuba are probably disappointed that they only got 1 win with their warrior. FADE2KARMA weren't able to get any. And as we said at the beginning of the series, maybe that doesn't really matter. Both matchups remaining were unfavored for the Warriors.
Right.
So chances of them winning one was slim anyway.
Yeah, FADE2KARMA have sort of thrown their Hunter and their Warrior into this, knowing that the Paladin matchup is pretty bad. So the score is level, but it's going to be Mage and Warlock versus Mage and Paladin. So FADE2KARMA are probably still slight favourites for this.
Right. I mean, the fact that they still have their Warlock is huge, because Warlock is, again, what we were saying earlier, that the top 2 performing decks seem to be Face Warrior and Reno Lock. So, okay, they lost with the Face Warrior, but they could win the next 2 with Reno Lock. I think we have to add this Druid of Jackie's into one of the top performing decks of this tournament, by the way. It's apart from that one series earlier, it's done really well.
Yes, we've seen a lot of good Mage, we've seen a lot of good Warlock, but yeah, Jackie's deck is definitely the next tier in terms of this particular tournament. Right. And yeah, fair play to him bringing that deck and getting a use for it. But they've got bigger problems on their mind, because if they do queue up if they do have to end up playing the Warlock into the Mage, that is one complicated matchup. And if they end up playing the Mirror, that is one tedious matchup. So either way, they've got a decision to make now and some work to do.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we'll see the concede here. Almost every card in Ali's hand relies on her hero doing something, and her hero isn't doing anything. Neil Noxious said earlier that he wanted a pirate card, a 1-mana 1/2 that said Battle Cry, unfreeze your hero. I told Noxious I don't think we do want that card.
I think Noxious is being a bit naughty with that decision. We can have that if we get rid of all the other pirates, maybe.
Yeah.
Something that unfreezes does seem good because you can't silence face.
Right.
And so we don't have a way of unfreezing a hero currently, so maybe that's a card I could look at, but not.
Water Elemental is a really strong card, right? For that reason. Yeah. Snow Chugger, also very, very strong card in its
doing that thing again where you scare me and remind me of bad times. But yeah, Snow Chugger is indeed incredibly good for that reason.
You were an arena player in those days, right?
So, yeah.
I guess it affects you even more.
It's even more terrifying.
Because Mech Mage was, that was a pretty nasty thing for Constructed as well.
Yeah, it sure was. I used to just queue up mechs into players I knew were better than me in tournaments and just go whoop a Snow Chugger, I win. I'll play that.
Either way, Mage and Warlock, we said, were FADE2KARMA's remaining decks. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
and it is Reno Lock, and I think it's Reno Mage.
Now, the Reno Lock that we've seen from eSuba, it does run Burgly Bully. And therefore it runs Burst, and therefore you could argue it's favored against the Mage. Yeah. No, the Reno Lock, sorry, other way around.
Yeah.
The Mage is favored against the Reno Lock. Because me and Noxious were talking about that earlier, and we were saying it kind of completely depends on how the Mage is built, that matchup. A deck with Solia, for example, and Pyroblast is going to be really good against Warlock, because if they ever decide to play Jiraxxus, Solia, Pyroblast, Roaring Torch, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, you have to sort of counter that by getting 1-drop armor spells, and then you're wasting your Kazaka, just to boost up your Jiraxxus. And that's probably the best way to do it, but it's kind of awkward. And if they queue in the Mage, which it looks like they're going to, it could be a long one.
We've just been informed by production that the next game is going to take 3 hours. So fasten your seatbelts.
Because we might hit something at 2 miles an hour and it would really hurt.
Yeah, Reno Mage versus Reno Mage. Where are those Tempo Mages at? Tempo Mage right now.
Tempo Mage was Luminosity, and Muzzy was playing that, I believe, earlier. I think it was Luminosity. Yes, it was. And so we'll see that later on in the final. It's still to come. Luminosity and Liquid in that one, of course. Talking about 3-hour games, Nyria is in Ukraine, where it is currently 3:30 a.m. So let's hope he's had plenty of rest and got somebody to wake him up if he has some, steal a bit of sleep.
I thought we had it bad, but we really don't compared to that. That means his game will finish at around 6 a.m.
Casters never have it bad. We get to see all the best Hearthstone before anybody else, and we get to talk about it and ignore what people say about us. It's fantastic.
That's true. It's like we have front row seats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we even get to decide when we listen to the players and when we don't. It really is like...
Don't tell them that. They'll want to... Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
What have you done? You've unleashed...
We didn't get to make that decision yesterday, by the way, guys.
We never get to make that decision. That decision is made entirely at random, and we're only allowed to do it once an hour.
I'm going to be told to just leave player comms on now, aren't I?
Right. Just a reminder of the format. I think you know by now, but it's best of 11. Last hero standing. Currently 4-4. We're going to have a Mage Mirror coming up. And that will be absolutely gigantic because the winner will probably be favoured in game 10 and game 11, therefore.
Yeah. A lot of the time, this kind of format does come down to the mirror match. And although it didn't seem like it was going that way when Jackie's Druid was just destroying everything in its path, it now is a very important mirror match.
Yes, and it's a lot of concentration, but also a lot of there's going to be a lot of decisions where the players disagree. And so we've heard a couple of times from F2K that Senfglas and Jackie see the world a different way quite a lot. And if one of them makes a decision with a divergent path, I've harped on about this a little bit all weekend, then it's up to that person to carry on the future turns because they've seen where that path goes, whilst the other player may have seen the path going a different way entirely. And so they've got to be careful to keep their communication very solid, very coordinated in this one, and we will probably get a good chance to listen into that a few times if we're lucky enough.
Don't forget, guys, this whole event is being put on for charity. Everything you donate is going to go to one of these 3 amazing charities that you see here. It's all for the love of video games and children needing to play video games in deprived situations. So, you know, go ahead, donate, feel good about it as well. And donations also fuel this type of event. You know, there'll be more Hearthstone events for charity if they actually generate some income for the charities.
Yep, 2 very good causes there. I mean, how can most causes are good causes, but yeah, gamers not like people having games. So if you can spare any, then spare it. Obviously, if you can't, then don't, and enjoy the show as it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Ken, can the stream hear you?
We're hearing voices from God, and we don't understand them.
We've been told that production is with us, and I figured that.
Production is with us, but apparently Dan is no more. So I'm on my own with voices from God. I may have finally completely lost it, guys. Just got that feeling that actually I've just finally lost the plot. It happens to people at my age. As we see something to save me here, we've got 4 all in this 3rd place playoff. We're waiting to see who picks up that $1,500. And later on, we're going to have Team Liquid and Luminosity playing off a first prize of $5,000. Single elimination, 8-man tournament. $5,000 is a lot of money for these guys. $1,500 each plus $500 for their coach. So pretty sure that's how it'll be split there. Pretty sure some managers owe me a beer after that. Either way, eSuba looking to complete a really long trek through this 48-player tournament. I said I wouldn't mention it again, but I'm feeling some Talkstone time while we find what happened to Dan after production made sinister comments. And let's just see what happens. It's 4-4. Can eSuba complete a really long road where they won a qualifier, they beat Team Kraken, then they took, 6-4 loss to Luminosity is no surprise, and let's just see if they can win this, what is now a best of 3. Okay, so it sounds like not only has Dan vanished, but Senfglas has also vanished. Possibly something we just have to sort out there. So you guys are going to have to put up with me talking gibberish for a few minutes. So who are eSuba anyway? Who are these people? Well, Faeli is a well-known European journeyman grinder, something like that. I don't want to be insulting. The guy is a very powerful Hearthstone player. He's got $12,500 career earnings. A lot of that was fueled from second at to Gfinity, but he's had things like top 16s at True Silver Championship at Insomnia. He had 3rd place in a WCA qualifier, but those things pay good money. And he's also had 2nd at one of the PGL Tavern Tales. So Faeli, one of these guys who plays a lot of Hearthstone, he's often in the top 100, top 200 legend, getting up those points together. And he is somebody that you should know. If you watch a lot of Hearthstone, he is somebody you should know. Scruffy, he's had a top 8 at Tavern Tales. Not a lot else to go with so far. And Jarla's one of these guys that we do see about, especially at DreamHacks. But that's about it for now. On the other side, FADE2KARMA should need a lot less introduction. J4ckiechan and Senfglas, both known more as streamers, but they both do dip into these team tournaments quite often, known for their innovative deck styles, as we have seen J4ckiechan's Druid in this proving, and also their Hunter deck. Alliestrasza, regular, decent legend player, also streams. Check out those streams of those 3 people. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So that's also important news. Important news. What am I talking about? Hey, talking train of consciousness sometimes can go a bit wrong. So what does that boil down to? Well, it boils down to the fact that eSuba, both teams will be sweating this, but eSuba will be the ones who probably will be hurt the most by not winning, given that they don't do that much streaming. I think Faeli does stream occasionally. Who else have we got to talk about? Liquid and Luminosity later on. That's the big one as far as we're concerned, I think. The final for $5,000. Luminosity, Zelay, Muzzy, and Phone Tap. Phone Tap, you may remember from early seasons of the ESL series, where I think he won one of those. Back in the day, I think he used to work with Zigzo quite a bit. I think I seem to remember him making a speech thanking Zigzo for his lineups, which is when Zigzo started really becoming known as somebody, not only one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, but somebody who works with these guys behind the scenes. He's more than happy to help people if they're friendly enough and they help him back. Muzzy, one of these players that for some reason people haven't heard of as much as you would think. He is just an incredibly powerful ladder player. And Zelay, obviously, just deck doctor himself, good caster and a strong player. Hi, everybody. We're live, aren't we?
Hello!
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the tournament, as I just cut half my face off, but that's fine. We've been replaced. Falcone Punch has gone missing. We've got control of the board from F2K.
It's your boy, what's good?
Top wild players in the world, I'm going to say right now. Control, how's it going? Thanks for stepping in, man.
It's going pretty good, man. Thanks for the invite. Let's go. Ready to cast some games.
Yeah, so we're going to have, you know the score? Have you been watching, or have you been called up from like bed somewhere?
I think I was actually just streaming, dude. So I just, I hosted a channel. But yeah, I was just streaming like 2 minutes ago. So
it's 4-4 between F2K and eSuba. We've queued up the Mage Mirror, you'll be delighted to know. And
fun.
F2K have Mage and Warlock left, and eSuba have Mage and Paladin left, which is almost certainly a Murloc Paladin. So looking pretty close. We're going to get to use your Reno lock skills, hopefully, in game 10 or 11.
Hopefully, yeah. I wonder what they're running. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's $1,500 for third place, so the winner of this will get third, the losers will get nothing, and we can dip in and out of the chat pretty much at will.
Sounds good.
Just waiting to see for the games to get queued up. We've been told that everybody's back, so thanks for jumping in from your stream, man.
Hey, no worries, no worries. Should be a blast. Excited to see Jackie Young and Senf put on for F2K. So I'm going to be a little bit biased, of course, but
well, we just got rid of Falcone Punch, who is also ex-F2K and still very strongly linked with the team. And so, yeah, the bias can continue. I've been balancing that out with a bit of eSuba bias because these guys came through a massive qualifier last week, the one that you played, in fact.
Yep.
So they ended up winning that. So I'm a little bit biased that I want the team that's played 100 games to win. But, you know, I won't hold anything against your guys if they win.
Okay, good stuff. As long as you like F2K a little bit, I'm happy, so don't worry.
F2K are awesome. They've got a lot of the best streamers in Hearthstone, so I'm always good for it. And they brought some interesting decks. Jackie didn't bring Jade Druid like every other team.
Oh, he bought Egg Druid, man. He brought Egg Druid. Let's go.
He brought very Egg Druid. Lots and lots of 1-drops.
Yep. That's how you got to do it in Standard, man. It's unfortunate, no Jeeves, so you have to make sure you have the consistent curve. Just curve out well, go for Mark of the Lotus, and beat your opponents down by turn 5, man. So you got to do it.
What would you do in Hunter in this format? It's by far the worst class, so you've got 3. You can't get this question wrong. What would you do?
I think what we did was, our game plan was to just counter queue rogues with it when we built it with Shady and Epiphany. That's what we did. You can do that for like, you can counter queue the rogues, so you can counter queue Renos with it, I think. A lot of different ways you can take it, but that's the 2 main ones that I'd see.
Yeah, who took you guys out in the end? Because that's a strong lineup, yourself, Epiphany, and Shady.
Janetsky, I want to say. We lost first round. Yeah. It was really, really close, 6-5.
Janetsky, Wampy, and somebody else.
Yeah.
The team from Finland, yeah. Finland? I'm going to get so much wrath if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're from Finland.
I honestly have no clue, man.
Okay, Talkstone is over, man. Let's get on with this.
Talkstone is over.
The mirror match, Reno versus Reno, and it's going to be all about what did they put in the exact build. And we don't have the deck list available, so we don't know exactly what's going to go on. But the Mage has been fairly... We haven't seen any like Ink Master or anything like that in the 3 games they just won with it. That's from the side of eSuba. We haven't seen anything about F2Ks for a while.
Interesting hands so far. Double freeze effect, oh man, for eSuba. Let's go.
So which hand would you prefer here so far? I mean, neither have got the...
I'd say they're both pretty bad. I like the Drake, though. Like, Drake's pretty good. Cabal's not bad either, but
so
I don't really like either hand.
The cards that change the hand, then the Drake, the Cabal, let's get some different cards.
Well, I mean, you just high roll with the Cabal, so you win every game, right? It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that seems like a legitimate strategy.
Just draw a brand, go turn 6, and you're good to go.
How do you like stop-start Hearthstone? Like, would a 20-minute delay like this put you off in a tournament? Would you rather just roll through, or don't you care?
Oh, I don't. Like, delays don't bother me. It's fine. 20 minutes is a little bit too much, but yeah, overall, it's just, I'm for anything. I don't really mind too much. I'm pretty easygoing. No real preference.
I think we should probably go to F2K and have a listen into what they've got to say, because they've got a lot of awkward curve mess to sort out here.
Agreed, yeah.
Job's done.
What to do? What to do?
So they seem to be thinking on the same lines that you were thinking, is let's get this Acolyte down and just change the cards in our hands to good ones.
Yeah. No, I kind of like the Doomsayer thing. Like, it's nice when you think of like Mountain Giant and stuff. But they did play Cabal, right? So it'd just be like Twilight Drake. But yeah, I'd probably go for Acolyte there too. I think it's nice. Like, if I saw them, like, I mean, it's not Reno luck, right? So that's what I was thinking about this matchup. But I just kind of tunnel on that. But yeah, no, I'm completely wrong. Mountain Giant's not in this deck.
Mountain Giant's not in this deck.
No.
Probably struggle a little if it was, but
yeah, they definitely would.
The play they've come up with, Ali's idea of getting the Doomsayer down, they've deferred it one turn just so that they don't have to use up their coin, but that's going to allow them to basically reset the game on their terms. The Doomsayer hands them the initiative back unless eSuba decide to deal with it, which seems a bit extreme.
100% will, yeah. Also, the Jirax's pickup from Cabal is pretty interesting too. We didn't really get to talk about that, but that's super nice.
So that effectively gives them, I mean, so many ways to not only heal, but obviously with the Emperor in their hand, then just into Elemental the first time you play him, if you play him on a safe board, is a fantastic way to win. And that's presumably how Reno goes about winning the game as well.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's pretty nice of them for it too. Legendary's 8-mana Jirax is going to be hero power the same turn on turn 10, and you just get to go after that. It's going to be definitely a surprise for FADE2K. I assume Jackie's just going to, go really wide-eyed and say, did that really just happen?
Yeah, Jackie's facial expressions when that stuff happens are pretty hilarious, to be fair.
Oh, they're awesome, man. They're awesome. One of my favorite parts about a stream, for sure.
Do you get a chance to talk with Jackie, to prepare with anything for tournament with Jackie, or do you guys tend to just keep yourselves to yourselves course of streaming?
Not for this. No, we talked about Egg Druid for a minute, because I did hit rank 1 with that as well on Wild. So I talked about Egg Druid for the standard list, but that's about it. Not much with Reno Mage, specifically.
So let's go back to them for a little while and listen to the next 2 or 3 turns while I see if they want to use this Emperor, and then we'll come back and talk to you, especially when it comes to the Warlock game.
Sounds good.
What's to make Overdraw?
Yeah, it's the question.
Ice Block, Arcane Intellect.
Is it a punish?
I mean, the only thing we're really scared of is Kazakus, right? Kazakus or Kabbalist term. Everything else is not really that bad, right?
Yeah, it's true. And Antonidas. Antonidas, Alliestrasza.
So we have 3 big. So it's
5.
It's less than a 1 in 6.
We have Kazaku. Just Slam Bully, right?
Yeah, I think
YOLO.
So.
Like they first of all.
We could also Frostbolt and Doomsayer.
Just
I like Bully.
Just Slam Bully. I mean, so it's Antonidas, it's Alliestrasza, it's Kazakus. And maybe Kabbalist Tome, so 4 cards that we could overdraw. That would be a 4 out of 19. And we might make them throw away a spell so they make us overdraw.
I mean, if we don't overdraw Antonidas, we're just going to have so much stuff to use with Antonidas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just the thing, right? Once we start using Frostbolts and stuff, our Antonidas also gets worse. I guess maybe we shouldn't have, I don't know if we should have drawn with the Acolyte, but at that point we don't have the best hand. We're still fishing for Kazakus.
Yeah, I mean, we need to draw at some point. Like, it's not like we're not going to play Acolyte.
I don't want them to dirty rat. Like, as soon as we get Kazakus, we just gotta throw him down. I guess we wait for Bran, but I don't want him to pull our.
I mean, how greedy do we need to be with Emperor? Do we want to get Emperor on stuff, or are we fine?
I think this is just fine.
Okay.
I mean, now we probably just kill the Emperor, right?
Yeah, you just Ridden Flame and trade, right?
Trade
for Ridden Flame.
I mean, we could ping ping Emperor first in case we get a Frost Shine somehow, and then Forbidden Flame it.
I mean, that's the correct play, right?
In case we get a Frost Giant. I can't imagine of any scenario, but who knows?
Paired. I like it. I like it.
Frost Giant?
The captain's gonna be like, oh, they're playing playing for the Frostbolt from the fucking...
It's just whenever I didn't do that play, my chat goes, oh my, OMG's.
All of their time, even in their opponent's turns, because this is such a complicated matchup.
It really is, yeah. No, the Reno mirrors are always just about thinking, man. I actually love them right now. It's just really just thinking and thinking and thinking and just trying to outplay your opponents, right?
Yeah, because there's no set pattern. Like when you're learning to cast stuff, sometimes you cheat a little bit and go, well, this is how this happens. But in this matchup, you can't just go, oh, you've got to outvalue, got to out-tempo them. You've actually got to think about the game from multiple directions.
100%, dude. It's really not that simple. A draw order matters a lot too, and you hear them talking about like something like, oh, it's a 4 out of 19 to get punished, all that kind of stuff. And it's really important to think all about that, right? When you're playing these mirrors. It really, really is. Because if you don't, like, you'll just get beat by your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the more skillful matchups. Although the downside of it, I think that puts a lot of people off, is it takes a very, very long time. Because
it takes so long, man. Like these mirrors just take forever. Like 20, 25 minutes is just average if you're playing against someone who's good and doesn't mess up early game, or like doesn't just draw blanks, right?
And in a 3 versus 3, when they're both roping every turn, correctly so, because
they have to, right? You have to communicate with your teammates. Yeah, you have to communicate, right? You absolutely have to.
What to do?
And the communication has been interesting watching, has got better and better through each round. Like in the first game earlier today, FADE2KARMA, a little tiny bit of odds occasionally, like talking over each other. And now they seem to have a really good order and pattern worked out for what they want to do in their turns.
Yeah, they sound pretty good when we were listening in.
So let's go back and do that again. It's really good to see, right? And we've seen it, obviously Liquid and Luminosity have been a little bit more polished because they've been playing in the league, the ESL league as well. So they've already had a little bit more practice than these guys. But if you listen to those guys in their first week, they were just as, awkward about it to start with.
It's not easy.
What to do? What to do? Time runs out on me. I bring life.
Tom first. I mean, what else do you want to play? Like Ooze, Bran, Doomsayer, Reno?
No, I think we look for answers, right? And then...
Okay. So, are we going to book next?
I would consider keeping the book for Bran.
So we could go Ooze, Frostbolt, Ping.
I mean, we could just do that, yeah. Or he might want to Flame Strike next turn, so we don't actually have to play the Ooze, because he has no way of clearing with the Emperor. I could consider just playing Frostbolt, Ping, and hold on to the Ooze. It's going to be 0 mana next turn.
You ever play Doomsayer?
No, I wouldn't.
And you definitely don't want to play Book.
I feel like they might have a Flame Strike in their hand, right? They're holding on to cards.
Yeah.
So we just give them free value with the Ooze. And hit Fade.
So nothing else, right?
I would do it like this, yes. I feel like a lot of times they just have to Flame Strike the Emperor now.
So we have 2 Blizzards. The Blizzards are generally... So we could, like, 2 Blizzards are going to kill Alec.
Okay, just quickly go back to casting for a few moments. Interesting to see that they're forcing this Flame Strike play to some degree.
Yep. I love the read, especially because it was just off the top, right? That's what I like.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny about it. Senfglas is just like, he sees it, man. He sees the lines. He's looking left, he's looking right. He just knows what's going to happen. He knows it's going to happen, basically.
I mean, you're getting 1 for 1 of your 5 drop for their 7 drop. After your 5 drop's already done its work. Or your 6 drop, sorry. It's pretty good going. And on the other side of that, it has given the Flame Strike something to do, and they know they're looking for Flame Strike to do something. So
that's true.
Working out really well there, that they know that eSuba would take that opportunity just to get a 1-for-1 from, as Jackie put it, not a very good card or something to that effect.
Yeah, no, the AoE's not that insane. The mirror, I don't know. I haven't played it too much myself. I probably had like 5 games in mirror, and again, all in wild, so I'm not too familiar with the standard one. But it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird when you've got double Blizzard and double Fireball in your deck. FADE2KARMA kind of all in on this plan of getting a load of cheap spells, and
yep, they definitely are.
Assuming that nobody ever draws Reno and nobody ever draws Kazakas in this game, which is how it seems to be going, they're waiting on their Antonidas to just launch a whole load of Fireballs.
Oh yeah, they want to go wide with it. They want to do real good stuff with that. I believe they can draw pretty soon.
So the card quality is better on eSuba's side right now, but
100%, yeah.
When you factor in the reductions, FADE2KARMA can definitely compete on a tempo level with that. And I mean, they're looking even to get an extra card from their Babbling Book when we listened in there. As soon as they get their Kazakas, they'll go, Bran, Kazakas, Babbling Book. Freeze your board, something like that.
That's kind of cool. Is there a Babbling Book? They'll get double polymorph, whatever they need to answer Antonidas.
Wow, yeah.
Just pray and, it'll happen. That's all you have to do.
Maybe they'll find a way to get Frost Giant at some point.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Talking about that earlier. I mean, there we go. Get Frost Giant and you're set, right?
And so we just wait to the end of this turn, and I'll go back in and listen to F2K. I think they've got a lot more insight than we have, particularly with it being such a complex matchup and there being 3 of them. So
agreed, yeah.
A bit more.
Senfglas knows what he's talking about.
If we do it.
That's a good point. Well, what's your alternative?
We have another
Just
option.
giving him coins, then we deal even less with Antonidas.
Doomsayer or something? I don't know.
Maybe it's time to play the Babbling Book, just because of it then.
What, on its own?
Do you ever just Blizzard Doomsayer? Just...
I mean, then they
Blizzards
go
are kind-
Dirty Rats and...
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Maybe we just Babbling Book, see if we can find something that lets us deal with Antonidas.
I mean, is Fireball that bad?
What to do?
I think Fireballing
It's just
is
that
fine.
we have no answer to... Oh, it's so scary that we have...
I mean, let's just start with Babbling Book then.
Do you not want to save it for Bran?
No,
Save it
not
for
anymore.
Not anymore?
Runs out on me.
Not anymore.
Okay.
What's that?
Fireball?
I think we have to
Guess we
Fireball it.
Fireball, yeah. I mean, the question is also, are they just gonna YOLO out their Antonidas? There's
Yeah,
also
right
a 6
now.
mana before.
We could Doomsayer here.
No.
No?
Like, if
Then we'll just
you
Dirty Rat.
Doomsayer against Dirty Rat, it's just punish.
Yeah, but
Right.
we have no answer to Antonidas.
I know, but then we have to top deck the one answer that we delay the turn with Doomsayer and we play into Dirty Rat. Right?
Like,
No,
if they have
Polymorph
Bran,
to
Dirty
draw.
Rat, Bran is amazing to pull, Reno's amazing to pull. Like, we have to hope for the, who's Doomsayer? Are you sure we never play Reno?
It's 25%. I like our odds. It's just like, once we start playing minion, the Reno only gets worse, but if you have minions in hand against Dirty Red, it's just good.
I mean,
It's
they haven't
just-
played any of their burn yet. We haven't seen Crossbow or Fire. So,
No.
I guess saving Reno's probably good, but the Dirty Rat is very scary.
I know, but that's always the same thing in a mirror. Like, there's no real way to play around that card. It's always gonna, it's just percentages. You can never, do something and make sure the Dirty Rat's not gonna wreck you. Ah, that's disgusting. Yeah, but, I mean,
Boy.
we can just top deck something, right?
Okay, so they called everything that was going to go wrong for them.
Yep.
It just all went wrong. And as you were saying, it's just percentages. Everything.
Exactly. Straight
Dirty
up,
Rat.
that's what Dirty Red is. Yep. I love the final note. The final note is we'll just top deck something.
I mean, that's
really good.
legitimate. They're down to sort of 12, 15 cards in their library. So, yeah, they're in the range where there's several things that they can top deck to get them out of it. But they're in a world of hurt now. And they don't even know about the Jiraxis, which could be used as yet another heal if required later on.
Yep, it could. No, I don't know. It feels bad in this scenario, though. It does happen in this matchup. And in all, though. Sometimes the panel's just not good for you.
Yeah, just to let you know, by the way,
really well, though, too.
F2K were leading this 4-1, and if they lose this game, they'll be 5-4 behind. So that could also be a sort of a factor mentally if they lose this one.
Definitely,
they're professional enough to keep it together, but we all.
I believe. Never tilt. If they checked out my video on how to defeat tilt, they'll be good.
How to defeat tilt? That's one of yours, yeah.
Yeah.
People should check that out straight away.
Not really defeating it, but like dealing with it. It's hard to defeat tilt. It happens. I mean, but kind of deal with it efficiently. And I mean, you can't really get up and walk away from this scenario, right? You have to play the games up, play the series.
Right. It's not like on ladder where you can actually just go. You know what? I need half an hour or a day or whatever time.
Yeah. So I just lost 3 games. Let's
check out Control's video, guys. Be nice enough to step in. I think we can afford to spam him slightly.
Oh, of course, yeah. Or just come check out my stream,
And that.
That'd be good too.
Okay, that's enough spam.
That's Back to the tournament, guys.
Spam over. So one of the problems here is just procking the block on 6 is not fun, but you want to ping the 6-1. You don't want to potion your own Antonidas away.
Nope. You definitely don't. Let's see what their end decision is. They have a lot to do, though. Like, they could do so much this turn. The hand is looking pretty nice.
When you have a million fireballs, is it that bad to proc on 6? I mean, you really don't want to do that, but
I don't think it is,
that disastrous? They're going to Reno anyway or lose, so...
Yeah, I don't know how many cards we're in, but it's pretty likely that they do just have Reno, right? The Grimoire are halfway through the decks, so... I'll probably just like pop them at 6 and say it's just Reno, and otherwise we just win.
And they probably don't want anyway, of course. So I'm just... Brain turned off temporarily there, put the clock in a 1. Fireballs work!
Yeah.
And now it's going to be Reno time for F2K.
So they got 6 to work with. What do they do with that? Oh, maybe Bran into Reno, heal for 60. If only that worked, huh?
Oh, that'd be so much fun. It's fun enough already without healing for,
Yep.
You're a sick man. It's almost like you play Reno in Wild or something.
Almost like I do, yeah.
You'd have to be a sick man to do that.
Yep.
So, memes to one side for a moment. That you can't Jiraxis anytime soon.
No.
You've got to suck out all of that burn from your opponent's hand.
I'd be really scared. I mean, you haven't seen too much, so... A lot of cards just sitting there, so you never really know what they are.
Gonna be rich.
And it's kind of interesting. You could play out like the Warlock matchup where the mage just holds 15 damage and kills you right after you play Jiraxis. That's always funny when that happens.
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for in that matchup if it comes up next.
Yeah.
These reduced cost cards are starting to do some work, by the way. These double reduced costs. There's still a handful of them, and it's allowing FADE2KARMA to do a lot more in a turn than they should be able to, and it's just starting to help them get his tempo back here.
They're putting in the work. Turns out double Thorson ticks are great.
When you rip out the Flame Strike early on, you can do this sort of play as well.
Yep, just go wide.
So
fortunately, use won't be good later on. Feels bad, man, but maybe Jiraxis won't either, so that could be okay.
Yeah, and currently they've kind of run out of stuff, but they will be able to survive for a very, very long time. They're taking not a big chance, but yeah, they can afford to just Dirty Rat. They miss with the Dirty Rat, as far as I'm concerned. The Brand would be the target there.
Yep, 100% would be.
Fine as well.
Yeah, either of those. It's just never lucky. Oh man, or always lucky. Depends on the perspective, right? FADE2KARMA is going, yay! Never Doomsayer, never Brand.
Never Doomsayer, never Brand. So they'll put FADE2KARMA back on just for a moment and see. They know a lot about their opponent's hand here. They know about the fireballs and stuff from Antonidas. Let's see how they develop their plans building around that.
Okay, alright. Okay.
So we Alex him. That's our play.
Even after if they just Reno back. We don't care.
It's at 27, but still, like, what else? Just ping pass. I think we got
I know. Okay, I guess you gotta do it. Just
and
trade.
we're losing in
Alex.
fatigue. Like, since we couldn't handle until, but do we? I don't know. It's so weird. Do we really not? Like, it was just an awkward spot, no matter what, right?
What do you mean? Do we really not fireball the bully?
Not fireballing the bully.
I mean, I think Doomsayer was an option, but I think that's the only option.
And then we lose to, like, then we get dragged by red because it pulls something. Or, I mean, we're for sure still giving, we're a lot of times if we play Doomsayer, we're just giving him 2 coins.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time if we don't fireball, there's a good chance he gets like 3 coins, because what would we do?
Yeah.
Like Blizzard ping, and then we'd have to Blizzard ping again next turn. I guess that's 2 coins. I guess that wouldn't have been bad. But then still he gets loads of fireballs off the coins, so...
We're gonna be rich.
That's an early Reno. Oh, they think we have burn, right?
Yeah. I mean, we should do, but...
We just
Oh,
have
we are
nothing,
drawing.
kinda.
We are drawing.
We still
so
have
bad.
Antonidas. We still have Antonidas.
Yeah, that's true.
But as soon as we play it, it gets fireballs.
We got
So,
Antonidas, we got Kazakhstan
We
in
could,
there.
well, oh shit. I was gonna say, do you want a Doomsayer now? But then if we
I
get
don't
the
mind
reset.
just Blizzard here.
I just Blizzard for the 4-mana Blizzard, because it's the one that's not randomly created.
Do.
So the 4-mana
Use the
Blizzard and
5-mana
it
one,
ping.
though, because it's...
No, but the 4
Kind of amusing that neither side can get that Kazakhstan that they really, really need.
It really is, yeah.
It's turning into a bit of a wet noodle fight. Those fireballs are slowly getting whittled away as board control.
Yep.
They can't play the Jiraxis because of the burn that they're assuming is there as the
Jackie quote.
yeah, just literally just pulled out the Reno from the Alliestrasza there. Made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, this doesn't get finished in fatigue usually. I mean, it might go to fatigue, but the fatigue won't be the deciding factor unless it has to go through the secret, I would have thought. But both sides just have nothing to do. They're both trying to convince their opponents they do have something to do.
Game of bluffing. I actually kind of like it. It's fun when games devolve into this. You go watch the replay and you're like, oh man. But I mean, you still play around that kind of stuff, I think.
Yeah, in the information war, FADE2KARMA have a slight edge because they know that eSuba thinks that their hand's full of burn.
Yep.
And they also know these 2 fireballs are in their hand. They don't know what the Jiraxis is. At some point, someone's going to say, hey, what's that card that they got on turn 3 doing in their hand still?
Maybe it's this good Warlock card. Who knows?
Yeah, they're probably starting to expect something like a Pyroblast or something. That's the sort of card I'd be thinking it was. And I guess it kind of is.
Yeah, basically it is. I mean, sort of a Pyroblast.
Just the same sort of function.
Yeah. It's a big late game threat.
So just going to wait before going back to the comms because there's just nothing of interest happening for them here. I mean, very, very stressful for the players.
Yeah. So these matchups, it tends to happen though, I think. Like, a lot of the times there's just dead space. Just waiting for players to draw stuff.
That's an absolute key play they just made there. Decided not to go for the value with the Kazakhstan, but just to get the extra Reno, putting so much more pressure on the opponents to keep their Antonidas up.
Yeah, 100%. Good. Really do say with the fireball.
I mean, at some point, one of these teams is going to draw a card that does something, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we might be here for like 20, 30 more minutes before that happens, but I think eventually it will, right?
Potential second Blizzard here. As they've got nothing to do, they may want to spend the expensive cards in their hand.
Yeah.
So potentially use the second Blizzard, which means that when they do hit a turn where they can do stuff, their hand is cluttered up with all this expensive, with that one expensive card.
I wonder.
And they're just working out how they want to do this. There's so much garbage in their hand right now.
Oh, there really is. It's just like, please let me draw Antonidas, man. That's all they're hoping for. Tony, please. Kazakhstan, please. This relevant card, please. Yeah.
Actually, a bit of a swing card, and let's see what they can get to go with it. This pickup here could change the game. No, not really.
Leroy Jenkins. One time. 7 mana, deal 11 damage. Seems good.
Okay, they finally get to play their Arcane Intellect. They're going to keep the brand for the book, like FADE2KARMA were thinking of doing earlier.
It's not a bad idea.
Looks to me like eSuba are just slowly but surely winning the value game here, although it still change if FADE2KARMA just get 2 good 10-mana spells.
Agreed.
If anyone remembered to put Kazakhstan in their decks.
I don't know if they did. It seems like they don't have it there, right? Kind of interesting.
Because, like, FADE2KARMA on 6 cards or fewer, eSuba with that in mind on 7 or more, but it must be 7 or 8. Then they haven't drawn that many cards more than FADE2KARMA. And in a minute, somebody's going to pick up Kazakas. As soon as they do, I'll go back to the Faeli and see what they want to do.
How many turns do you think, Lorinda, until Kazakas comes down? Or
I think
they draw
it's the
Kazakas?
bottom card in each deck.
The bottom card of both deck? Okay. I'm thinking 3 turns for FADE2KARMA, 2 turns for eSuba.
Is having the extra Reno a big edge here, given that no one's going to win this quickly at any point? Is having that extra Reno a big thing?
I'm wrong. I mean, I think it could be, right? If you're going for the burn strategy, right? Maybe they just go full face, but they don't really have that as an option now, right? Not that they can really OTK. I think it could be relevant, right? It's another 4/6, just full heal you. It's pretty good. The game goes on longer.
FADE2KARMA are going to get maybe. There's Kazakas, by the way.
Yep.
I'll go when it comes. But FADE2KARMA are going to get not only these 2 10-mana spells, but they are going to get a load of fireballs when the time's right. Let's see how they plan that.
Kazakas, I don't think it's the winning line.
I see what you mean. Yeah, okay.
Brand Kazakas Manic Soulcast.
Are we gonna be sad if they brand Kazakis first?
Yeah, but I mean, then we're just sad.
Okay. All right, so just pink face.
I mean, we have less cards in our deck than them, so we're more like.
It's just there's nothing like it's just so good. If we can get that off, I'll give us a chance of winning this. Also saving it for the dirty red, right? I don't know, man. Like so many things work against this series. I feel like.
So
like
what
this
potions are we
match.
looking for? Like when we
10 mana potions for sure.
Yeah, but which ones? Like
Just AoE, Master Poly, AoE Mass. Just AoE, just the ones with the most value, like resummon minions is not even that strong in Reno Mage. Probably like an 8/8. I don't know, man. I feel like it's okay to hold on to it.
I feel like we need armor.
Yeah, armor might be important.
Oh boy.
I mean, do we really win the value game if we just go Brand Kazakas? They have Brand Kazakas as well. I don't think we outvalue them then. I feel like we need to wait
We
for the Manic
absolutely
Soul.
need to wait for the Manic Soulcast.
Have they played Doomsayer? Polymorph an 8/8 if they get an 8/8. Like we could maybe.
No, they haven't. They have not played Doomsayer.
So Volcanic Potion, Torch Ping. That's what I'm thinking right now. Or we just Antonidas, we mirror images and we Arcane Explosion now. Yeah, I like it.
Enough? Okay.
I think so.
And we don't care if we leave Bran. I mean, like, what else?
Going for like summoning minions as well, because they have to.
I mean, what else? There's nothing left for Bran, right? Maybe
I don't think
Control
there's
if they play it.
I don't
Okay.
think they've already put. Yeah, they've already played the Cabal Courier.
We might need to save. Yeah.
So Antonidas Explosion mirror image, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What
You require my assistance.
They've already used Poly. Probably just fireball this down though.
Yeah, they have a fireball left, but we'll never get more than 2. And if they have to trade those 2 in here now, we can Volcanic Potion.
I mean, are we gonna overdraw if we do Brand? We're gonna have too many cards.
No, Brand Kazakas Manic Soulcaster means draw 2, play 3.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. So we'd have to Brand Kazakas and do something else.
Yeah, which would be Manic Soulcaster almost every time. At some point we can Dirty Red their Reno, right? Because they still have 1 left.
Oh, that's right. Dirty Rat, then Fireball Arena, maybe.
Yeah, we haven't drawn our Dirty Rat yet, have we? No.
We have no more. Have we got Flame Strike left? No, we used Flame Strike.
Oh! Nice revives!
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
No, the
That's
draw's
really
actually good. That's
They're gonna
good.
overdraw. They could overdraw.
Yeah, this is really good. Oh my god, this is so good.
Oh
Wait.
no, we don't do it because they
Don't
didn't
do it.
overdraw if we.
No,
do
no.
it.
Yeah. Just Volcanic.
Wow. That's actually
unlucky.
amusing because there's going to be 2 cards drawn extra here.
Yep,
for
it's pretty
eSuba.
big.
And that's going to put them into fatigue, and these cards are just going to all die to 1 Volcanic Potion, and you can hear the excitement there in FADE2KARMA
hand is too full.
as they're going to overdraw just a Fireball What's the other one going to be? They got the Reno in hand. That's pretty important.
That is an important pickup for sure. Especially since the fatigue pass, right? I mean, it's even bigger now. That's a pretty unlucky roll for them, I'd say. But
Yeah, it is. They didn't have to do it. They could have just fireball pinged.
They definitely could have.
And waited until they'd got their hand out. But they get away with it. I think losing Fireball Arcane Blast is basically getting away with that. They were unlucky, as you say.
But yeah, no, I do agree they did get away with those draws, yeah. It's like, they're not really super relevant right now.
And now they've used one of their potions, and FADE2KARMA have got a chance of getting 4 potions still. I think that's what they're holding on for.
Yeah, they're looking for the shuffle before Manic Soulcaster.
If they get that, they've got a chance of winning this game.
Definitely do, yeah. It's kind of interesting. It looked pretty bad for them, right? But just play a couple more turns, look 10 turns in the future, and wow, the game's suddenly really, really different, right? It's kind of cool how these matchups pan out, so I really like them.
There's just that wild card being the Jiraxxus. If they use too much of their burn at the wrong time, and eSuba can probably bait that, because who's going to play around Jiraxxus? They almost certainly have a burn card. Exactly, right. The sudden heal is the danger point. If FADE2KARMA ever try to win over 2 turns, they're going for it.
Oh, let's go.
We'll go straight back to comms and listen to the reaction to this.
Wait, it's okay. We have double fireball in fatigue.
Wait, we have fireball torch, but they have Reno.
They have Reno. Oh, we got the Manic Soulcaster.
Okay.
So should we just do it all now?
Yo, what do we do?
We can do it all. We can brand Kazakus, Dirty Rat, and Manic Soulcaster.
Over
Is that wise though? Is Dirty Rat?
Oh no, we can't pop him.
We can also get a Doomsayer out. So we brand Kazakus, yeah. Let's just brand Kazakus, let's start.
10 mana?
I would take 10 mana still. Just 6 AoE is so good.
8 or summon.
I would take armor. I would take armor for stall.
Yeah, same.
And 8 damage, summon 3 or freeze.
I might take the freeze even.
I think the burn, right?
He's gonna die in fatigue. We've double fireball ping. Once he takes 2 fatigue damage, he wins. I would take the freeze for stall.
Okay, I agree. I like it.
10 mana, 10.
Transform. All shape.
I feel like transform. We're defensive.
Yeah,
We're defensive. We gotta be reactive.
8 or freeze.
8 then.
8
then.
Okay.
And now do we
So now Manic Soulcaster on the Kazakus.
Kazakus? Yeah.
And play red.
Play red. Sure?
Yeah, play it.
Whoa! That's good, right?
It's okay.
Is it okay?
I don't know if it's good or not.
We didn't pull the Reno.
Holy shit, no, we didn't get the Reno.
It's okay, we double fireball, we ping, he dies to 2 in fatigue.
Yeah, but they have 6/6s every turn.
We got armor, we got armor freeze.
What?
They can't have lethal, we just take armor freeze.
Yeah, armor and freeze. Oh my god. Wait.
Is there any way we could put them to 1? Because they only have 1 card left, right? If we put them to 1 next turn, we win. Is there any way of doing that?
Without us dying, I don't think so. I think we have to push in this turn.
Yeah,
go up to 22, and then we can Frost Nova. Yeah, and then we...
10 armor and freeze, and then we ping... just 10 armor freeze, yeah.
And then we can, like, Frost Nova next turn and
then
a Fireball.
we AMS AV, yeah.
Alright. Are you sure we don't... Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Okay.
We could draw Kazakus and get... We could cause the Kazakus and just Nova.
Oh man, this is intense.
Mate, this is so close, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, like, we have Nova. We have Nova.
No, we have double fireball. He plays something, we Nova, we stall, and then we double fireball, we ping his face, and we win. He dies in fatigue.
Wait, what? Say that again.
We double fireball his face, we ping, he takes 2 fatigue. So we can't kill him now, but we can kill him on the turn after.
They still have Roaring Torch. And do they have a fireball again? Do they have 1 more fireball?
He could. But he's gonna he has Reno, though.
With Ice Block pretty much, right? It's not some random created stuff.
No. Okay, there goes
Just to make sure.
Oh my god, shit.
They're gonna pop us.
We have no...
Wait, did he just...
Kazakus 1 mana. Wait, it's Kazakus... Kazakus 1 mana, right? Kazakus 1 mana, yeah. Go Kisaka's 1 mana, gain armor.
Yeah, we need armor. Oh, please.
Draw a card, summon a friendly minion.
No.
We haven't the taunt. We don't have. We might have the taunt from the red.
Okay, summon.
The friendly minion, right?
Yeah. 3 damage.
Fuck. No!
I don't know, it's not game. They have no burn, do they?
I don't think so
Or
either.
they still have Frostbolt? Oh, they still have
I have a
Frostbolt.
torch.
So they're 1 off, unless they have more burn.
We didn't. We really didn't get armor.
What the fuck do we do there?
Okay, well, we need to freeze the board.
Time runs out on
Yeah, we Nova and we just. I don't know, like ping the face.
Deal 3 damage. No.
Doesn't matter now.
Wait, do we go for the
Wait, no, we don't actually ping. We don't actually ping.
Do we resummon? We can do
Wait,
3
wait, wait.
damage to face him.
Ping face, ping face, ping face.
Do we do the 3 damage?
No, I think we do it mixed. I don't exactly know. Oh,
about-
is there a
we could've done
Frostbolt
Grab.
left? But Frostbolt doesn't do it. They don't have a ping anymore. What's that? It's. Oh, fuck. If we had gotten armor, we would have still lost. I can't believe we lost to that Jiraxis. Was there a line how we could have won? If we just.
Pretty sure you guys wanted to listen to that, not to us throughout the end of that intense game of Hearthstone. FTK had pretty much all of it worked out. It was amazing to me that Jackie knew all the way through. They obviously didn't have notes because they weren't sure about the fireball, but he knew all the way through. They've still got Frostbolt, they've still got this, they've still got this. Just showing how much attention these guys are paying to everything.
Gotta keep track of that kind of stuff, man. The upper levels, you gotta do it. No, it's a kind of unfortunate pan out, but that was a really good game. Very hard fought for sure. And kind of fun to watch. I mean, obviously quite slow, right? But
yeah,
at the end, you saw it really went back and forth, right? F2K almost had it, but then eSuba ended up taking in the end.
And eSuba got 4 in a row with this mage deck, man. And it's going to be up against the Warlock now, which I'm sure you'll be pleased about.
Pretty good. Yep. No worries, no worries.
Right, so 5-4 here. How do you see this? I mean, you're going to be biased, but do you think the F2K Warlock deck can take this down 2 games in a row?
So if I'm F2K, I'm feeling pretty bad right now. So I just lost 4 games in a row, man. Feels bad. But we were up 4-1, man. So, I mean, we lose 4, maybe we win 2. Who knows? Warlock against Reno Mage. So Reno Lock against Reno Mage. I don't think it's super favored for the Reno Lock. Pretty sure it's Reno Mage favored, but I think we can take it, you know. We'll draw really well, get Mountain Giant, Twilight Drake on 4 and 5, and then just win the game that way. It's pretty easy.
I mean, that
I've
works.
played a lot of Hearthstone games.
And what about the Paladin? Does the Paladin pose much threat? We saw...
Oh, it's a Reno Lock, yes. A lot of threats,
Yeah,
dude. Like, anything just like free win, dude. I mean, maybe, again, we'll get Mountain Giant and Twilight Drake and no answer, then we can win that way. That's probably the best line that we hope for.
We saw Liquid take a comeback with the Reno Lock that involved beating Paladin at one point. A lot of very technical stuff, though, involving sort of power overwhelming your own Sylvanas just to steal Finger and that sort of stuff, just to buy yourself as much time and as few Murlocs as possible, like all hands on deck to make sure that it works out. There seems to be, with all one-sided matchups, the players who do a lot of work on them seem to bring them towards the level. So if that's an 80-20, that they've brought it back to 65-35 or whatever by just doing so much work on it. It never seems to go the other way. Draw towards the 50% as the harder deck to win just gets more and more tech options.
Agreed, yeah. No, I mean, the more you play the matchup, the more you're going to learn that it's actually not super, super hard, right? Like, you can win in those games. And stuff like that, you're talking about, like, POing and stealing the Finja, right? Swings it pretty hard. It makes their anything a lot worse, right, if you deny that.
And you don't do it for the first 200 games.
Oh, yeah, of course not. No, then you just realize,
why would
right?
I do this and just waste all this value? And then you realize, oh, that's how it beats me. Okay.
You have to lose to understand.
This opener, how do you feel? Yeah, you have to lose to understand. That's really good wording. They're
both, I mean, not super. I don't know how they mulliganed. I didn't see that. But not that great. No 4-drop for F2K. Kazakus, but I mean, and Shatter, I mean, that's a pretty nice combo with Frostfall, right? That's hard removal for the good 4-drop with the Frostfall. Pretty good combo. I like it. Synergizes Water Ellie as well. That's really great.
Yeah, it might be tempted just a straight Doomsayer here into coin Water Ellie if they want to.
That wouldn't be bad.
I think the Warlock is the aggro in this matchup. I think the Mage can afford to just chill. So we might just see them do nothing for a little while. Yeah.
I'd probably go for like Doomsayer next turn if you wanted to go for it, just to deny the 4. That's really the big thing for them. Is if you have the 4, like you're just smiling, right? It's like, okay, I actually have a shot in this match. I drew my Twilight Drake and my Mountain Giant, and I can play them on curve. Then you're pretty happy.
Frostbolt Shatter is going to shatter a few dreams.
Oh, exactly. It is. Yeah.
As well.
It's going to destroy dreams. It's just going to be shattered.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. And they've actually got a wealth of options here, whether to go for the Water Ellie straight away, which just sets up that Shatter lovely without having... You don't really want to use spells against the Warlock. You want to keep them in your hand, and that denies Jiraxis as long as possible.
Yeah, holding Frostbolt, Fireball, and your Roaring Torch is always great, right? Because they just slam Jiraxis, and then there you go, GG. Good game. That's what'll happen a lot when you play on ladder at higher ranks, as people will just know to do that if you run Jiraxis in your list.
Right. They're looking at this being a turn where maybe you just play the Ice Block. But no, they're going to deny the 4 like you suggested.
Yeah, I definitely like the Doomsday here. I think that's way better than block. Just like, because, I mean, obviously FTK doesn't have it, right? But if they did, then FTK would be sitting here like, oh man, this turn sucks now, right? It's like my Twilight Drake, my Mountain Giant, no, I can't play them. So I like it by eSuba. I think it's a good turn.
Now they've opened up the way for a nice open board Water Elementals. They get the second part of that, like, 3-card combo, 15 damage, I guess.
Yep.
That you try to set up. I guess it's a 4-card because you have to cycle your torch first.
Yeah. You gotta play Curse then for eSuba. Play my 3/6 and then play my 4/6, and we're happy. Say, hey FTK, please deal with this. I don't think FTK's gonna be too happy.
One way to stop the deck that is the aggro, which we've said is the Warlock from doing anything, is to just occupy the board with high health minions. They don't even have to have that high an attack. You're not trying to kill them anytime soon. Just need to put a load of trouble on the board for your opponent.
Yep. Yeah, no, they'll definitely have issues removing the 3/6. 4 health minions, no big deal, right? You see the Shadow Bolt in their hand, let's go ahead, jam that, and easy 3 mana. Now I can develop something for 2, right? But here it's just you're really lost at the hand FTK is right now.
But it's going to listen to how it works out because their curve is a mess as well.
Yep.
Here we got Argus and Shambler, right? What do we need to save the Sunfury?
Okay, just get it out of our hand then.
Let's just play the River Croc.
River Croc OP.
It does give taunt though.
I mean, we're probably just dropping Emperor next turn no matter what, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Still. Just play it.
Faith.
Wait.
Oh.
Do we ever trade? Like, the alternative would be to Drake Shadow Boulder, but it's kind of awkward. I think we can afford to take some face damage now. So we just Emperor, and we might hit into the 4/6.
It's not really like the 2 damage to the face is really doing much for us right now.
But then if we don't trade the minion in, then he gets extra damage. Because he'll have to trade into it.
I don't think we worry about face damage, because at some point we Jiraxis and we're at 15 anyways.
Sure. What's the point of trading though? I don't get it. Just for the Shadow Bolt next turn?
Just for the Shadow Bolt. Yeah, it might not be worth it.
So looks like Senfglas is almost on his own in this one. The other two are like, he says something, suggests it, and there's like crickets. It's obviously a match that the Senf is much more comfortable with than the other 2 players in the team.
Yeah, it seems like he masters the arena decks. No, I kind of like it. I mean, the decision is between do we hit the 2/3 or not, right? Like 2 face damage. Kind of interesting to talk about. I definitely like Doris, and I think that's always going to be right here with your super clunky hand, right? Just make it a little bit more viable to use. Get your clunky 4 mana cards out, all that jazz. And I do like the hit as well. I think I would have done it as well.
And they should be able to empty this hand in the next... I mean, they're not going to empty it because they're going to fill it back up with hero power. But they're going to have the option to empty this hand in the next 2 or 3 turns. If they're not dead...
Yeah, if they're not dead is right. That's honestly like 100% what we should be saying here. Because they could just be, right?
Yeah, I mean, the mage doesn't usually use the fireball that lightly, but they feel that they've got enough board presence to just go, you know what? We might just get this pushed over the line now.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they have the legendary Frostbolt Shatter combo, so they can deal with anything that drops down on the board. Just go ahead and clear that.
And that becomes a Blizzard Shatter combo anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
Turn 8, well, turn 7 with coin, I guess. But yeah, again, just for protecting that 3. And Reno Jackson, nowhere to be seen.
Unfortunately not.
Doesn't seem to want $1,500.
Nope. Unfortunately not. I believe in the top deck. F2K can do it. If anyone can, we can.
Yep. So just I've had biased casters with me all day. We had Noxious from Complexity. We've had basically F2K, and yeah, There's me just sitting here, being neutral, cheering against you on purpose.
I would never be biased. That's not me.
I think people appreciate the honesty rather than the yeah.
Oh no, I'm 100% biased. Like I said,
exactly, right? Exactly. I know you mean.
Guys, straight up.
Chat soon works out people who aren't honest in this business. That's for sure.
I am an honest boy. I promise.
Yeah. Okay. Go too far down that path before I say something I shouldn't.
Never should.
There is the Reno though, so they are going to buy some time. And
yeah.
Obviously, with the Fireball having gone, at some point the Jiraxis is slightly less unsafe than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more confident with it. I mean, you might just have to jam it like on 10, right? Just say, you know what, my hand's pretty bad. I just need some pressure, right? Activate the Shambler, for example, in Argus as well. Make those bad cards good. But yeah, I don't know. That wouldn't be a terrible line.
That's part of narrowing the gap between unfavored matchups. You play it enough times to realise, oh my goodness, we're in trouble. So then you learn, okay, so we're in trouble all the time. We might as well just jam this or jam that. And so you learn what risks you have to take. And yeah, jamming Jiraxis is definitely something that will be on their minds at some point.
Yep. Pretty important for getting good at Hearthstone is just, understanding, you know what, I'm losing a game, let's play to win instead of playing to lose, right? So let's just play Jiraxis, get a 6/6, and then start building 6/6s every turn, right?
That seems pretty good. This matchup isn't obviously unfavored until you've played it a few times, because you think, well, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn and you're drawing 1.
Yeah.
Why am I not the favourite here?
Turns out 4-Kazakis's potions are better than 2.
Yeah, who knew, right? Who knew that 40 mana of stuff is better than 20?
I mean, a little legendary thinking emoji.
What to do?
All right, so a wealth of options here for eSuba. Just to let people know that we're not going to eSuba's team speak because they are all speaking in Czech and the casters won't understand it. In the final, when it's Luminosity and Liquid, we will be going there and listen to see if Nyria can stay awake for the duration of this. He's in Ukraine, where it's currently 4:30 a.m. and he hasn't even started his final yet.
No big deal. 4:30 is not that late.
I've cast Nyria playing some pretty late games before, to be fair. He's used to it.
That's good. That's a grind, man.
We're gamers. We sleep when we sleep, right?
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Oh, man. Never Jiraxis. I wanted to see the Frostbolt Shatter combo come out. What about you, Lorinda? Were you hoping for that too?
Frostbolt Shatter face.
Oh, face. Oh, man. Oh, you could have done that all game. No!
The first time I ever played Kabbalah's Tome, I was streaming, and I've been saying how bad the card was for weeks. And I've got this thing where, because I cast, I do eventually try the decks, no matter how much of a stubborn old man I am. Told everyone Kabbalah's Tome, I went to cast it, and chat's like, yeah, you're going to love it. I went, shatter, shatter, shatter. All 3. I swear that it's actually true. And yeah, so Shatter has a special place in my heart for being a dumpster card.
That was fun for me. I got triple Pyro one of my first times. Got untrolled and feels good, man. That was pretty small.
Nice.
Good times. I like the Jiraxis here. I think it's a good turn.
Yeah, they've jammed the Jiraxis. We'll wait to see Suba's turn so you can comment on it a little bit more, and then I'll go back to FADE2KA's team chat.
Wow, nothing looks good here. Can Alex and heal him for 2 or deal 15 damage to yourself? Frost out of the Shatter, the 1/3. I mean, yeah, really just nothing looks that great here. I mean, you could like Potion Ping and pass, but I don't know. I'd feel kind of bad if I was eSuba here. eSuba, sorry.
They're actually looking at Blizzard Ping rather than Potion Ping just because of the mana cost, but they realise that
it's definitely relevant, yeah.
Freeze the 6/6s is probably better than the mana availability. And so they're just doing this really sad turn that is basically a holding turn, and they're going to give up, for the sake of getting something on the board, they're going to give up a whole lot of value.
Yeah.
Because it may not be a later.
Good, though. Yeah. No, that's definitely why I think you got to play the Spectre tank there. It's just, you got to get it out, right? If you don't, you're just going to lose to the 6/6s with this hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, this could easily do 6 damage in a lot of situations with this hand. You can freeze several times, depending exactly how you want to go about it. And it may be time just to make, like you say, might heal your opponent for 2 any minute. Or you may be keeping this extra for your own healing, of course. In which case you're keeping it a very long time and doing a very, very different thing.
My shield for Argus.
I like it. Looks good to me. And face, Mork, that's good. Face is a place.
Finance is a very, very good pickup right now. Allows it might not be enough of a tempo swing, but it definitely allows a tempo swing to occur.
Yeah, I mean, it does something, right? That's really what you want here, is just cards that actually do things, because your hand is just kind of, it's not really working with you too much here. Shadow could be relevant, though. That's kind of funny, right? Definitely could be here.
Yeah, it's going to come into in handy at some point, he croaks.
Yes, it will. No, I like it. I mean, I love seeing the card play. It doesn't happen too often, right? Even when you get it randomly discovered, it's like there's scenarios where you actually get to play it pretty slim. So kind of cool that we get to see it here.
Right, let's get back into the songs. Yeah.
That's good.
Lol.
I mean, you wouldn't shatter if you had... Would you shatter that if you had Flame Strike?
Probably you wouldn't do this without Flame Strike, right?
Probably not, right?
So we just Infernal Ooze. We don't need to play the Mistress, we gotta save...
Yeah, save the Mistress, save it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we probably win every time, but...
I mean, we could, like, Siphon Soul our own Mistress for...
Nah,
Yeah.
okay.
But,
Let's
like,
just
like-
Infernal Ooze, right?
Yeah, I feel like saving the Mistress is, like, worth...
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is not gonna be the overall heal, the problem is gonna be the burst that they're gonna deal at once, because they still got a coin
We just
and
have
they
to
got
make sure they
Antonidas.
don't kill us.
Yeah.
Like, without us knowing, you know what I mean? They
I
haven't
mean,
played
this is the best potion to have, though. Like, definitely gonna say.
It's good, yeah.
And turn?
I think you just...
Yeah,
I think you
and
just... They, like I said, they haven't... They haven't played a Torch yet, so that's nice to know.
Yeah, they haven't played
Silver
Torch.
Frost.
They've still got Frostbolt. They haven't played Firelance Portal. So right now they have Torch, Frostbolt, Firelance Portal. That's the only burn in their hand or deck right now. They really need Antonidas or Kazakus to create.
Can Antonidas just be the last card in their deck? That'd be great.
I mean, we need to also assume that when they play Kazakus, they're going to...
Go for a damage spell.
Like, the 10 mana one does 8 damage, right?
I hope the 7 armor gets us there.
I wonder.
This is so...
They don't have
We've gone
Antonidas
for a
yet.
10? I don't know. Okay, ooh.
Something bad.
Sorry, Control, how do you see it going there? F2K seem to be playing this little waiting game.
Yep, that's what they're doing. I like leaving on that. They don't have Antonidas, yes! And Ali hoping it's a bottom card. I definitely agree with that. Like, you hope it's not there with double coin in the hand. You're pretty scared if that happens. This is what'll beat you. Otherwise, it should be smooth sailing, I think. Finch is kind of cool, though.
So willing to take a bit of damage here from the weapon as well, to not play the Swampoos on the side of eSuba. And just going to be this really interesting game now about how Kazakus pans out and how late that Antonidas comes. Because Antonidas is going to just be so many fireballs.
Yep, Antonidas is going to definitely do what gets eSuba there. If they do get there, in my opinion. I think it's just going to be the one card that they want. It's pretty soon. Yeah, Frostnova is not bad here. It seems okay, right? Save yourself a turn or two. Pretty good. Unfortunately, no Shatter to combo with, but it's still pretty good.
No Shatter to combo with.
Yeah, feels bad, man. Gotta include that in your deck next time, eSuba. Come on.
Wow. I mean, there's plenty of freeze in here. We do see a lot of people playing Ice Lance in their decks because it works so well. Just with the Frostbolt, the games go so long. Why not have 7? The fact it's an extra card isn't so much of a problem. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Can that be used at this point?
I mean, it's honestly not really that great, right?
What does it reduce in the real world?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not much. The Ice Lance is actually really good in this matchup, though, if you do run that. So talk about that a little bit more. It's actually really good in this matchup.
Right.
Gives you some more reach.
Finge, you're doing good work, but not fetching any Murlocs in this particular...
Unfortunately not.
You might want to fetch a few Murlocs in the next game if it goes to 5-all.
Yes. Yes, they will like to do that. It'll be tough for F2K to deal with if we do get there.
Long series for these guys.
Yeah, it actually is. It's really, really long.
You can hear in some of the chats now the energy is just starting to leave the players a tiny bit, where the adrenaline, in especially that Mage Mirror, was massively used up. It was such an intense game.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the thinking you actually have to do in those mirrors is just ridiculous. You have to play around as much as you can, so you just constantly have to be thinking. second guessing yourself happens a lot in those mirrors.
Yeah, Jackie's doing a good job of keeping a track of the cards. I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
He did it again there. He knew exactly what was left in terms of burn. Whether he's been assigned burn duty or whether he's just naturally amazing at remembering it. I suspect he's just naturally amazing.
That's my boy, Jackie.
He's probably not used to games that go past turn 4, so maybe he doesn't usually have to remember them for 20 turns.
Yeah. He's usually just used to thinking about Volcanic Potion. Would they have that on turn 3?
Does it
Buff
matter?
means 3 health. Yeah, it does exactly.
I can't beat it anyway. Oh well, face.
Yeah.
It's
actually
so
funny
easy
that's
to
how you
meet
use that.
Jackie. He's so powerful, really.
He is, man. He is.
I wonder.
That's my boy, Jackie. Let's go.
Definitely one of the good guys on the tour as well.
Yeah. Good guy, Jackie.
Just filling time for Minuto, I will put you guys yet again back into the F2K chat. I'm sure you like it 100% of the time. Well, I'll give you it in bursts. Just keep wanting more.
Sounds good. They have to listen to us too, unfortunately.
Yeah, if we could go into eSuba, then I would do so, but we do need to try and represent their side of it a little bit. As we get some Dr. Zoom stuff.
Oh, big Alliestrasza. I bring life in Zoom.
Dr. Zoom.
Let's go.
What would we have done without him these last few days? Maybe had a sane cast. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Quite possibly.
eSuba has just completely out of anything relevant to do apart from that Frost Nova, and their deck has still got enough cards that they can still keep whiffing.
Yep. It's very, very unfortunate. This is just really like you're actually just like this praying Ogumon. You're like, please let me top deck something good. I mean,
are you forced to just ping this
I think
order?
so. I mean, maybe. I mean, well, what else are you doing? Like, just play it no pass? I mean, you probably want to use the 4 mana, try and get something. I don't know what's left in the deck for 4 mana that they can use this turn, but it's actually pretty interesting to think about, right?
Loot Hoarder, ping. What do we even do then?
Draw a miracle.
I mean, you could then coin Antonidas, coin Frostbolt Face, and still have 2 fireballs in hand.
That'd be pretty good, yeah. I think that would be a decent line of play. It would be okay, I don't know. Not super insane, but...
It just maybe they find something better to do. This just accelerates getting there.
Exactly.
Then 2 damage might be relevant as well. Let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to kind of see the deck list, right? To see exactly what is the best. But regardless, I think you're playing it and you're probably going to play Nova, unless you ping and get something better to do.
Yeah, they're getting the point damage into the face. And
Smork.
why not? 2, 3, that'd be 11. Trying to work out if there's a world where that would actually set up a lethal. Not so sure. Let's go back and listen to some more F2K for a while.
I don't think we're worried.
Yeah, no, I agree. Giant
And
Nova?
like, yeah, and still no MCT play around. They don't run it. They have all this other shit in there. Yeah, just MCT Giant.
Yeah.
Sorry, Giant Inferno.
MCT
Our
Giant?
brains.
Sorry, I'm talking about
I know, our brains are like screwed.
I know, they're
Good job, guys. We're still in this. We're
still in it.
I don't think there's Solar Pyroblast, right? We would have seen it until now.
I mean, Pyroblast isn't lethal anyway, so...
We only have 5 cards in here.
Just thinking.
They trade into the AA, right, for the Kazakh stuff. Oh, didn't know.
So they could enter us now, gain some spells, we get a random poly, another Infernal on board. They have to use the burn defensively then, because they can't finish this. Right? Because we'd have 24, 32, so they can't just Reno when there's no Nova either.
We need to be really like careful of like how much burn they exactly have, right? They still have Frostbolt.
What to do?
Okay.
Have they used Torch?
They haven't used Torch yet. Oh, he renewed. Okay.
So we trade a 6/4. And we... Do we ever Dirty Red here? I mean, actually, why not?
What can we get punished by?
Well...
Maybe there's Andradas in his hand and they just...
I think they would have played it right now. Or
I think
already.
we do, right?
Can get punished, really.
Should I do it, right?
Yeah, just Dirty Red. Well...
Have a lot of damage.
Yeah, Dirty Red. Yeah, just do it.
Do it.
There might just not be a minion in the hand.
Wow.
Okay, no minion in
So
hand.
trade is 6-4,
Alright,
bring an
free
Inferno, play Sylph. Doomsayer's out, right?
Why the 6-4?
Because Flame Strike.
Okay.
We haven't seen Flame Strike yet. Do we play Syl?
Wait, Doomsayer's out. Doomsayer's out. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yeah, we've seen Doomsayer.
We've already played Doomsayer,
Is
yeah.
there any reason to not play Sylvanas if we've seen Doomsayer?
There's no reason to not play it.
Unless they get it. Okay, yeah, just play it.
I have no time for games.
Wait, we can play the potion and gain armor, and the polymorph's not gonna do anything, right?
Yeah, if we want.
I should say, because like it's
Just like we don't have an answer to Antonidas if we don't.
But
you know.
then what is he gonna do? Antonidas end, Nova's out.
Yeah, like he's already Reno.
Oh, I just realized.
Okay, just going to talk about this hand here because with that Blood Mage pickup, there's ways they can represent lethal with top decks, with Antonidas, that sort of thing. They need to win next turn. They're never ever getting this board back, so they need to win with burn next turn before they die after the secret's popped. Transforming things into sheep might buy them some time.
They could be okay, yeah.
Time runs out on me.
Don't think they get the chance to use this.
No, I don't think so either. I was gonna say, like, what are they looking for? I think you really just need Tony if you're in eSuba's position here. You just have to hope for your boy Tony to come through. Save the day.
They're using their mana on the Blood Mage, which is setting up the Tony play, which is, you know, it's just going to get killed, but if for some reason it doesn't get killed, who knows?
Yeah.
Give your opponents every chance to mess it up.
I don't exactly know the potion. I think F2K said it was Poly and gain 7, right?
I think it's F2K's is definitely gain 7. I'm not
Definitely
sure
gain 7, yeah. It's Poly, then they can deny the draw. Oh, man. No card draw for you. Pretty good.
Yeah, especially in this spot where you're winning next turn.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what the outs are here. I think you do want to run into the Blood Mage to get rid of the spell damage.
Yeah. I definitely would.
Okay, get the extra draw. It is the Archmage.
Oh, man. The young Antonidas. Okay, but the question is,
12
how do
mana.
they get there with 3 HP?
So Torch into Fireball is 12 mana. Can't see how they get there. Can't see how they do it. Don't even bother polymorphing a random enemy minion. Just gain that 7.
I think that's one of the things of just playing too long. Like that's like right now, I'm probably really doing is like, oh man, could have denied the, but Forgotten Torch to the face seals the game. Oh man.
5.
Alrighty, let's go.
Going to be the Reno lock versus, I believe, Paladin, if my notes are correct. My notes are usually correct, but not always.
Well, I believe you know, Slide, don't worry. I'm sure it's Paladin. So we just have to pray really hard right now that they draw a 4-drop. It'll be great.
So, relevant thing here, I don't like to talk too much about like player psychology and stuff because they're all professionals, they all play this all the time. But eSuba have just come off a 6-5 or 6-4 beating. They didn't have any time to rest. They had like 10 minutes off straight into this. And so they've been playing for like 5 or 6 hours solid now, maybe even 7.
Oh, they could be tired for sure. Yeah.
So, and they're in Czechoslovakia, which I think is 2 or 3 hours ahead of me. So it's sort of 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, maybe even 4. And yeah, it could be a bit tired, but
gamers though, they could stay up that late every night.
Did admit that they were getting a little bit tired themselves in that last time we went across the chat. And eSuba have the easier job. If it comes down to people not being able to think at completely high level, winning with a Paladin is the easier job out of these two decks.
100%. Yep. 100%. I agree.
So F2K are going to have to get their thinking heads on. They have to work really, really hard at this and see if they can use all of the nuances of this game to try and eke out a win.
Yep. I'd say pretty hard for double anything bottom 2. That would be my winning line here.
Yeah, without the Ivory Knights cheating and with no early Finger.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to do it. Put you on the spot. It's your team.
I believe.
You
Oh,
can't
I
say
believe.
no.
I believe. No, of course. I believe in Jackie, Ali, and Senf. They'll put on for F2K. Let's go.
One game of Hearthstone, $1,500. Seems good.
Yeah, I mean, quite a bit of money. Do a lot with 1,500.
And a weekend as well. Like, these guys have played a lot of Hearthstone this weekend with both teams.
That's true.
So it's a weekend for a lot of experience, but they don't want experience. They want $1,500. And also, third place is something well worth having.
Yeah, their place is pretty good. Yeah.
Liquipedia gets you on esports earnings, all those sort of places with your career numbers. Everybody likes to pad their stats in any way they can in these games, as well as padding their bank accounts. So a lot on the line here.
A ton. I believe, though. I believe. Unfair matchup, but we'll draw Mount Giant and Twilight Drake and just curve out. No Aldor, no anything like that, and no quality consec. All that kind of stuff. I don't even know what the hand has to be to not answer anything.
I mean, the Giant's actually really hard to deal with without an equality, right?
Oh, it's super, super tough, yeah.
And they don't have the healing they used to have in these Murloc decks. They have the double Ivory Knight. They might have one Lay on Hands. There might be one Forbidden Healing. Yeah. But it's not the complete craziness where you just couldn't kill them. Oh, there'll be a Ragnaros as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But an early Giant and early Twilight Drake, that's always the answer when you say, how do you get lucky with this deck?
Yep. You play against anything slow, that's all you want. You want to tap on turn 2, tap on turn 3, play those, and just smile after. Just big
You've
weight.
been doing that a lot recently yourself. So
oh, yeah, man. I've been playing so much Reno Lock, dude. Yep, so much Reno Lock. In Wild, we have Shredder, too, so there's actually 3-4 drops you look for. So you hit Piloted Shredder. You're kind of happy, not as happy as Mount Giant or Twilight Drake, but, it's still a decent 4-drop to play him for. Piloted Shredder is an okay card. It's not super insane, but it's decent.
Talking of super insane, we didn't see the mulligan, but look at this hand for here. They've got most of the answers they could want straight away.
Man. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I mean, in fairness, F2K's hand is reasonable. They're going to be able to at least get curving and get stuff down.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? And they have Bran Kazakis, so it's a good start. Thorson as well.
But the deal here is with the Paladin deck is there may be people thinking, well, they're not any Murlocs, that's really bad, but there's no hurry. The hurry is just don't die in the first 4 or 5 turns and hold on in there and the Murlocs will turn up when they're ready.
Exactly, yeah. No, the Murloc deck is definitely down to go for the long game. Be very happy with that. Heal for 2 seems good. Wicker Flame's a really cool card, actually. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it seems pretty well designed as well. It's not completely insane, but you can put it in both aggro and control.
Yeah.
Sort of as an aggro mirror counter or in your control deck just to buy you a load of time. So it's a very nicely designed card. It doesn't seem OP. We're not seeing it all the time or anything.
It is nice and balanced and cool effect.
So playing the Doomsayer, not using the Peacekeeper, maybe scared of something like Silence Effect, but also just being particularly greedy here. Maybe trying to force F2K to use a spell they don't want to. Let's go and have a listen to what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, would we tap and cycle the coin? That's a question then, I guess. Would we tap?
I don't think it's that bad, but is it really worth it?
I'm not sure if we want to I don't think we like taking 2 damage too much.
Because when we brand Kazakas, we're gonna need to play something else as well. If we have 10 cards in hand when we brand Kazakas, be screwed, right?
Yeah. Maybe we don't.
Because we want to go Emperor into one.
No, that's just fine, but then we can throw away the coin. So we just pass into Emperor into coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You okay with that, everybody?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I feel like we could have a better use for coin.
Yeah.
We could Hellfire and kill the Burn Bristle to play around Vigil.
I don't know about that.
No.
I don't think.
Okay.
Great.
I like it.
And a drop.
Because then the Vigil would be...
No, Vigil, see?
3 mana? No, this is fine.
Oh, Emperor is so good here. It contests the board really well. Those stats.
Oh, it's so annoying that we don't get to see the heal.
Oh, that's so
really
irritating.
If we had only played Hellfire, huh? Yeah, just
Okay.
Emperor.
Yeah, just I feel like in this matchup, I do wish we were playing combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps, but
So, looking like they've got a decent chance here, but that Solemn Vigil coming from the Ivory Knight is going to be tough work.
Yeah, Solemn Vigil's a pretty good card. Cycling is pretty nice. I like the final note there with Ali. I wish we were running combo in this matchup. Definitely agreed. It does increase your percentages quite a bit.
Yeah, and they've played enough games now that eSuba will be aware that there's no combo in there.
Yep.
And just trying to win a fair fight against a deck that stops being fair about turn 10.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfair deck stand feels Hearthstone. No patches though.
Warlock has the unfair hero power, but if it's only drawing stats, minions, and removal cards, they're just the things you don't particularly need in this exact matchup.
Exactly, yeah. No, if you're drawing blanks, it's just not really that great. Unfortunately.
The only real question looking at this at the moment is how greedy eSuba are with this amazing set of cards. They have got to still survive. I mean, they haven't played a single Murloc yet. This is the first one, so they've got a little bit of caution, especially if something like Jiraxis just goes crazy, because the Murlocs won't be able to kill them in a hurry either.
Yeah.
But
definitely line up 2K could take if that was the cards I had. Jiraxis would be alright. See, they don't have anything, so...
Are they going to brand Dirty Rat into... They are. They're going to do this.
I like it.
Can they get the Tyrion? Can they get... What are they going to hit with the NC Tech? They get 2 cards will come across. It will trigger twice with 5 minions there.
You gotta pray really hard.
No, let's go listen to the swearing.
because do we just Doomsayer now?
I don't like Doomsayer.
I want Kazakis.
I like Kazakis. Do we get 1 5 mana, 1 10? We need to do this quick. Kazakis?
Yeah, Kazakis.
5 mana or 3 mana? Or 10 mana?
Go for 10 first, Mass Poly.
Sheep.
Mass Poly.
And
10. 3 sheeps, yeah. Draw 3.
Yeah,
I
draw
think
3.
3?
Draw 3. Go for something.
Okay,
now go for
5.
Go for another 10.
Oh, shit,
10.
okay.
Someone need 8?
8. Yeah, 8. We saw 2 Peacekeepers.
And sheep?
Sheep, yeah.
Okay.
Do we pop the Divine Shield?
I popped it.
Okay. Wow!
Jesus!
I don't know. What are the odds of getting Tyrion wrecked out and not stealing them?
And stealing the worst ones. I still like the play, honestly, but we just got kind of wrecked.
We're denying card draw though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
I think we got kind of wrecked. Sums that up. Put
I
out some
definitely
huge
agree with that.
minions.
So that kind of got wrecked.
Steal
Never lucky.
neither of them is so unfortunate. It's
Yeah, it happens though. That's the game. That's Hearthstone, man. Sometimes stuff will pan out, sometimes it won't. Just gotta deal with it. Unfortunately, game 11 of a pretty important series, but never high will. It'd be pretty cool if they ripped Tyrion and Lightlord though. Warlock with Ashbringer would be pretty nice. I like it. Avoid Gold Dance with that 5/3 weapon.
but doesn't hold on for them. eSuba getting the lethal after surviving the double trouble there. Taking down $1,500 and honestly having come through that massive qualifier last weekend, having played 3 grueling matches this weekend, I don't think anyone would begrudge it them, apart from maybe F2K, who got so unlucky there on that last turn.
It's so well deserved by them, I think. I think they had to win a lot of games, so definitely well deserved to eSuba. Congratulations!
Yeah. For those who don't know, the 48-team qualifier took place last weekend over 2 days, and they played, obviously, a lot of Hearthstone. I don't know if they got a bye or not, but to get down from 32 to 1 is plenty enough.
A lot of games, yeah, especially with 3 people on your team. A lot of time.
Exactly right. They've beaten one of the premier teams. FADE2KARMA are one of the biggest teams around. So taking down the $1,500, and that's not all. We have Luminosity versus Liquid still to come for you. I assume we're going to have a short break first. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not
we'll
a
talk
short
for
break?
a moment longer until we're told to have a short break.
Sounds good.
Luminosity and Liquid. Who's going to win?
That's a
Give me
good
the
question.
lineups. Luminosity are playing with Muzzy, Zalay, and Phone Tap. Liquid are playing with Nyria, who's probably died because of the time.
Yep, he probably has.
And Show, I mean, Show's in Sweden as well, so it's late where he is as well. Middle of the afternoon for Dog and middle of the afternoon for 2 of the members of Luminosity. Any favourites there?
I'm going to go for Liquid. I like Dog and Show.
Yeah, going to go for Liquid because you like Dog and Show. Show gave us
basically.
to do sometime today. Don't remember exactly when. I asked him who he wanted to play in the final, and Show said he wanted Luminosity because they lost to Luminosity 6-5 recently in another league, in the ESL league.
They got to take that W. They got to go back and redeem themselves, you know?
Yeah, chance to either redeem themselves or be proven beyond all doubt to be worth 2 6-5 losses in Hearthstone.
Oh, that'd be bad. I believe in Show and Dog and Nyria. I believe. They can see the lines.
Communication has got very good. But also, I mean, Zale's always been a communicator. When you hear him cast, you hear how good a communicator he is. And that is a terrifying image there. Looks like we're going to have an interview, maybe?
Oh, man.
Not quite sure what's happening. I'm not getting any information. So just going to guess for a moment what's happening. It looks like we're going to have an interview in the middle of the night in Czechoslovakia. So
sounds good. I was actually in Czech in the summer. Pretty nice place. I'd like to go back.
Yeah, you enjoyed. We've got a lot of Czech fans in this stream as well in the chat, so be nice. But it sounds like it was good.
Oh, it was awesome when I went. Super, super awesome. It's like a 5-story club. It was pretty nice.
And any highlights? Any PG highlights?
Not really. I mean, I didn't really like the music, but no, I just went with my girlfriend, had fun. Had a couple of really cheap beers. Beer there is so cheap, man. Like $1 Canadian in a corner store. It's ridiculous. I couldn't.
Wow, that sounds.
Like, my mind was just blown. Yeah, I'd recommend going. What's good, Scruffy? How you feeling after that W, man? Oh, not here yet. Oh, my bad.
I'm feeling good though, so I'll answer the question for Scruffy till he is here, and we'll be told when he is here. I assume. Looks like they're just setting that up for us now. I'm sure that Scruffy will be happy to go on with it and then go and get some sleep. But
yeah.
As you can see, these guys all sat pretty much in darkness. And like I said before, these guys have all played a lot of Hearthstone around Europe. Faeli's been on this team for forever, for 2 or 3 years, as long as I've known him for sure. And he was saying that the other 2 joined roughly in September last year, late last year. So eSuba expanding into a good team. And it's nice to see eSuba, like management, whatever, being rewarded. They are a multi-game organization. So getting results in other games, good to see.
Yeah. No, it's always awesome when that happens in esports. Yeah, we did well. Pick up a different Hearthstone team, and you know what? We do well. Shelf get 3rd place by the best. Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good.
Yep, done it the hard way, as I keep saying.
Yeah, no, it definitely is the hard way. Qualifier is not easy. I played 1 series and it took like 4 hours, so yeah.
Really?
We were definitely grinding that one day, yeah.
Because it's not just how long your series takes, you also have to worry about the other games taking place. If you win, you may have to wait for no time, you may have to wait forever.
Exactly.
Okay. Few technical difficulties. We are going to take a break and I'm afraid. So congratulations. I'll say it so you can hear it on the stream, guys, to eSuba for 3rd place. But we're going